go.
That's it?
That's it.
We're good?
We're good.
Audio's good?
That sounds good to me.
All right. Well, distinguished guests, new viewers, old viewers, fans, new fans, we did it. We've been talking a lot about it. We were like, oh, hey, we're going to do this thing. And everybody's like, nah, you guys aren't. And then we did it. And now we're here. Now we're all together. Tonight is the first session in our brand new campaign. We're going to get into like the details about that, but I want to welcome everybody to the first live session with the Initiative Syndicate. I'm going to shout out to all these wonderful people out here because these are the guys really that are what the show is all about. So, yeah. We're going to do some, we don't have cool sponsors and stuff yet, so we're going to skip over all that. And basically, we're going to probably just get right into it, I think.
Open to sponsors, though. Don't forget that.
We are open.
100% open 100%. To sponsorships.
Warlock Tiles, we buy a lot of your stuff, and we would love it if you send us things. We would be okay with that.
Who we just plug?
Warlock Tiles. Anything from WizKids you want to give us, we will happily use it on the show.
Yeah.
And tell everybody how great it is.
Yeah.
Okay, all kidding aside. So this is going to be a little bit different than some of our other things because normally I'm going off of a book, and today we're not going off of a book. We're going off of just the stuff in my head. So I hope it all makes sense.
No, that's a maze right there.
Do you want to introduce cast? Like officially introduce the cast?
Like, are we introducing characters?
Nope, cast.
No. Okay, yeah, cast. We'll just do the round
Let,
table.
let's do cast, and we'll get you guys to your characters soon. So let's just do clockwise, and we'll start with Emily. You're up.
Hi, I'm Emily. What do you want to know about me? Emily Manahan. Full name?
No, you don't have to use your full.
Favorite hobby.
You don't have to use your full name.
My
Just your first name.
favorite hobby. Well, this is pretty cool. This is not the worst thing.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
You play D&D?
I play D&D.
What? Me too.
Well, I'm gonna try it out tonight, so we'll see what happens.
The first time?
Yes.
I'm pumped that you guys let me come in and play.
We're excited to have you.
I know you guys have a cool thing going on so far, so I'm ready to come fuck it up.
Hey, we don't let just anybody come in and play with us. So, like, you've already passed the test. You're already cool, and we're excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
To me, hi. I'm Bill. I have played D&D before, a few times.
How long have you been playing? Let's just go with that.
Me?
That seems like a good question.
Let's see, 2017 maybe, 2018. Fell on it pretty hard, and once I was introduced to D&D, it was like all D&D all the time, and playing and watching as much as I could from various different shows. Yeah, also, I don't know, I have a dog. She's awesome. And that's all my hobbies.
Yeah. I guess I can start. I'm Aaron. Yeah, I started playing D&D really hard in the pandemic. Right at 2020, we kept talking about, we should totally run a game. And now I found myself in like 4 different games. So, no, I love D&D. Glad to kind of bring this whole project to life. I'm excited to see what we produce. It's going to be perfect in my eyes. I don't care what you guys say at home. So, but that's really it.
My name's Jesse. I'm related to almost half the table here. Yeah. So nepotism kicks ass.
Hey.
Talking about hobbies, if I got one more, my wife would castrate me. So we're going to just stick with D&D for now, and at least she knows where I'm at, and I'm not cheating.
No, she can see you. All she's got to do is tune into the Twitch channel. We're live.
Could be one of your twin brothers, though.
That's
true.
My name is Rob. I have been playing D&D since this past year, and I don't have many hobbies other than video games, music, and foxes. That's about it.
So, you have a thing, right? Like you're playing in a couple of our games. Is there a particular reason that you like foxes, or did you have like a pet fox or something in like a previous life?
A hidden pet fox? That'd be awesome.
Probably, but I do just really like foxes.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Ever since I've seen the animal, I'm like, I'm enthralled. I need,
Yeah.
I need one in my life.
I don't know why you never played a druid where you would have like
I
a.
was gonna
That's
say.
You can turn into.
I can picture him at
Or
some
like
point.
a ranger.
He says like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I want to be a," he likes to do spell casting guys anyway. So
Yeah.
we're like, I just picture him as like an Ace Ventura kind of character with like an army of foxes coming in, and
Yes.
he's like, "Come to me, woodland creatures."
As long as he
We gotta
doesn't-
go make a new character. I'll see you.
Yeah, I'll be back next session with a new character.
I am the fox master.
As long as he don't
Fox
come out of
man.
the ass of a fox.
All right, so I think that's basic introductions. We're going to go around again as the characters are introduced, but the way that this is set up, you guys are not going to be introducing all your characters at once because it won't make any sense. P.S.
Did
you
you
guys did
introduce
not
yourself?
meet in a bar. Oh, everybody knows who I am. I'm on all the social media channels. I'm the
That's
dungeon
fair.
master. I'm Kevin. I've been playing since most of, well, not most, but at least some of these people, they couldn't even read. I've been around for a long time doing this. I've started back in 2nd edition
When will you
D&D.
teach me?
I stole my brother's books because we never had enough people to play, and I figured that if I didn't learn how to play and be the dungeon master, I'd never get to play. Guess what? I was right. So I've basically been being a dungeon master for almost 30 years now. So yeah, I'm old. I like to think that I've close to perfected my craft, but it only in the last couple of years do I feel really confident in what I do. So, but yeah, I think that's it. I think it's all the character introductions, and I'll be the rest of the cast that these guys aren't playing.
I'll be every
That's
NPC.
fair.
I'll be everyone else. I have 2
Everyone.
voices. This one and a slightly higher version of this one. Oh wait, I can do a slightly lower version of this one too.
Hey.
And that's
There you
that's
go.
about all I've got. I don't have a lot of range.
Range, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so introductions over. We will probably never have to do that again.
That's the most awkward I've ever felt.
It's all right. That's what we're all about here.
We're just
Awkwardness.
trying to break it.
Yes.
So is everybody ready?
Sir.
Let's
All
go.
right. Now, you all know where we're going to be playing, but everybody at home may not. So the world that we're playing in is a world called Ravnica. It's a world that's based in Magic the Gathering lore. So for any of you in the stream that are watching who are Magic the Gathering lore junkies, bravo. This stuff is convoluted and super complicated, and I am going to butcher it up and make it my own. So if you're like, that didn't happen that way, you're probably right. And you probably will know the story better than I. But I did read the novels back in the day, the original novels, and I read them twice and I still didn't understand all of it. So I'm going to try and, make a thing to where it makes sense to everybody and not just, people who are really deep into the lore. We do some versions of home rules, and I will sometimes make spontaneous rulings on the spot that are not according to the rule book. But that's okay. We're just here to have fun. So please don't come in and yell at us and say, you guys suck at rules. We don't. We have read them, I promise. But we're trying to keep things moving and keep the game flowing instead of stopping every 5 minutes and looking at the rule book. So with that, we're going to get started with our very first session. I'm going to give you guys some history, some lore, describe some stuff, and we're going to get into this. Everybody ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, back when the world was new, there was nothing but darkness. Hundreds of thousands of years ago. At some point, civilizations started spawning on various parts of the planet. This planet is known as Ravnica. As the civilization spawned and the wildlife matured and evolved into various different forms, some of these forms and creatures and entities seemed more in touch with each other and decided to go off and form their own little branches of society. The world was big, but there were terrors in the world too. There are still terrors in the world now in the places where people don't know. So the area that you guys will eventually be in is a very small part of the world. And while it seems small on the grand scale of things, there's a lot to know about it. Roughly 10,000 years ago, there were 10 factions that had 10 armies. These armies all had a different ideology and belief structure. Some of them were chaotic. Some of them were in love with the idea of preserving things and history and nature and art the way that they are. Some were all about justice. Some were just bloodthirsty. But the one thing that they all had in common was that none of them wanted to be ruled. Many different people rose and entities rose, and I'll reiterate on that later, to try and take power over this land. And the armies fought for centuries. For millennia, they fought repeatedly. Until eventually, a couple of the what are known as Paruns, or leaders of these particular factions, decided to cease fire, so to speak, and realize that this is crazy that we're all murdering each other when we could try to get along. So while the first peace talks have been forgotten to history, their long-lasting effect has endured for 10,000 years. And society formed, and civilization flourished. Now, these 10 armies were the basis of the original guilds of Ravnica. We will introduce all of them, but not right now. Because if not, we're going to be here for 20 minutes while I'm talking about all the guilds. The guilds are responsible for all of the comings and goings, the runnings, and the ventures of the everyday life. There are millions of people within Ravnica. More specifically in the 10th district, which is the last major civilization on Ravnica. As I said, there are many wild parts outside of those walls. Within the 10th district, though, certain areas are held to certain standards. When these leaders met 10,000 years ago, they drew up a contract that all felt they could live with. And they signed it with their own blood. The original texts have been lost to history but as far as the translations are concerned, the basic and general idea, and the one thing that you have to understand, was that it said that no guild could aggressively cause war against another. You could not actively go out and set out to destroy another guild. There were some other stipulations within it, and over time, the 10 guilds became 9. And today, the 9 guilds still thrive. They handle all forms of government, law enforcement, military protection. But to all the people who are not members of guilds, and there are many, they're just simply known as guildless. And at times, they get sick of the guilds bickering back and forth with each other. Because even now, even though there's been peace, they still will try to get a little bit of power and a little bit more edge on everyone else. So, with that history lesson, we'll get into it. Anyone have any questions so far?
No, that was good intro.
Okay.
Can you start from the top? Just
I didn't write any of that down. That was all from memory.
I zoned out.
You can just replay it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just watch back after.
Okay.
On the playback, you can see later tonight at twitch.com.
It'll also be uploaded on our YouTube channel. So
Was that smooth?
yeah, that was nice. I like it. So welcome to Ravnica. I may repeat some of this stuff, but you'll be fine. In this world, a massive cityscape covers all the known parts of the land. Ravnica is much the same. Ravnica is as much the name of the city as it is the world in which the city exists. This world is a home to a structure of 9 remaining guilds from 10 originally. These guilds are always constantly in some way plotting to gain just a little bit more edge or power over the other guilds. Most people in the world, roughly 75%, I would say, people in the world will usually pledge some kind of loyalty to one of these guilds. It's not necessarily that they want to advance in the guild or become higher up, but, at least this way they have allies. They have other people that have a similar ideology to them. Maybe it's just for work. Maybe they are engineers and decide that they want to work for the Izzet Guild and work on the steam vents or the sewer systems. Maybe they are farmers and they want to work with the Golgari and help provide food for the peoples. And they have no hidden ambitions or otherwise. But as it is, when you separate people into these little groups, eventually loyalties kind of come with the people that you hang with. They might bad talk some of the other guilds, and eventually that rots your mind, and you start to go, yeah, they are not very good people, and we don't like them. They're always coming down on us. So you have to keep that in mind, that while there is peace, there is no all-out war. There is always that weird little tension. Now, some of the guilds see eye to eye. They kind of share a similar ideology, just they go about it in a very different way. The Paruns that signed the original Guild Pact, which is the name of the contract for those who are taking notes, it is known as the Guild Pact. You're going to hear that word a lot. This is the magically binding contract that holds the laws and the fabric of reality within the world of Ravnica. This contract can be amended, but it has to be a unanimous vote amongst all of the existing ruling Paruns. If it's not a unanimous vote, then there can be no amendments. No one knows exactly where the Guild Pact currently is, but they know that it still exists. And here's why they know it still exists. Because if it did not exist, they could just declare open war on other people. But as it is, they can't. They are magically unable to do it. Anytime that any one of the laws of the Guild Pact is broken, explicitly broken, they are magically stopped from being able to do that. The guilds have tried to find ways to get rid of this, but so far, have found none. So we're going to start our adventure and our story in a little area of the 10th precinct called Tin Street, just like the metal, Tin Street. Tonight, almost like any night, on Tin Street is a show. A spectacle of satire and violence, of blood and fire. Dark humor and giggling of things from the abyss can be heard throughout the nighttime sky. As the evening fog dissipates under the chill of an autumn moon, the city spreads out as far as you can see. Lofty cathedrals, squat courthouses, towering apartments, sprawling tenements, cobblestone plazas, and broken ruins where once majestic buildings have crumbled to rubble. Looking down on the street above, you could see humans, elves, Vidalcan, minotaurs, goblins, loxodons, and various other peoples, most on their way home from work. Some may be starting their work for the night. Our story is going to start at this show. One of a group of performers who is run by a person named Madame Madry. Her group of performers put on recruitment shows to recruit new members into their ranks. This group is known as the Rakdos. Chaos, fire, violence, and things that you probably shouldn't laugh at, they do, and they embrace it openly. So picture, if you will, a busy street. The performer troupe have all started lugging in their equipment. They're putting up makeshift tents, which are more like just canvases. They're draped in the colors of Rakdos, red and black. The Rakdos emblem sprawled in what looks like a blood material. And you see them setting up a stage in the middle of this plaza. It's a small stage. It's a makeshift stage. And when I say stage, it's more like a couple of tables that they carried in from some establishment out into the street and pushed together. They're not even the same kind of table. It's not the same guy that made them, so they're a little wobbly. And with that, I'm going to introduce Skriznet.
Do you want me to do my...
Go ahead and do your first thing, yeah.
Like introduce my character?
Introduce your character first.
So, this is Skriznet. I'm a Goblin Bard. I'm about 9 years old, which makes me about adolescent, maybe mid-teenager, young adult. I'm part of the Rakdos Guild. No hair whatsoever on his body. And we might learn later why that's happened to him. He's moved from one guild to another through good fortune on himself, maybe not for others. And he's part of the Rakdos. He's met up with Madame Madry, and we'll see where fortune takes him.
Very good. So as this carnival of performers begin to set up their stage, we see Skriznet donning his normal attire. And this is his very first performance show where he is going to be taking the lead as ringmaster. He's been following Madame Madry for a little while, and he's never got to do one of these. He's watched it, he's seen it's done, and he feels like he has got this. So as they're setting up stage and getting ready for their performances, he's going to go through his little spiel and start introducing.
Don't be nervous, Grizz. You got this. Oh, shit. Good evening, pillow biters and half-wits. My name is Skriznet, and I will be your ringmaster for tonight's shit show. Let's give a warm 10th Street welcome to Madame Madry's marvelous misfits. Applause now, peons.
So, as he does his little introduction, wiping a little sweat from his brow, you start seeing some acrobatics. Some people come in through one of the little canvas tents, and they start doing cartwheels, which are not really that good. They do these like somersaults that are like when fat people try to do somersaults like me. So it's like you look like a bended U going over.
You only make it halfway.
Yeah, you can only make it halfway.
And you roll back.
Because I'm old and I'm fat and I just can't do it, okay? You see some people try to do these like little flippy roll things, and they get like halfway through the roll and they kind of they flip over. They have not practiced much, you can tell. Most of these performers look a little bit new. You're going to see why in a minute, but so they set up for the very first stage act. Skriznet is standing actually on the stage in the middle. One of the performances is being set up next to the stage in the middle of this square plaza. They've erected this sort of bullseye-looking thing. Is it the bullseye? Are we on the Twin Blades? I don't have my script. Is it...
The Twin Blades.
It's the Twin Blades. Got it. Okay. I don't have the script in front of me for the show part. So the Twin Blades set is going up, and it looks like a spinning circle with some restraints where a person can be held down by the restraints. And you see a couple of other members of the performers wearing jesters-like outfits in black and red, like spinning this thing around, just testing to see if it's working, and they're getting ready to strap someone into this thing. So I'll let him go ahead and do his thing.
Now, for the first act of the evening, the second act will be refilling my mug. I present to you the amazing Twin Blades. Are they really that amazing?
The people around, now that there's kind of like this draw going on, there's all these things going on. There's these like almost little bonfires that have went up that weren't there before, and they're not sure whether to applaud, but it's a free show, so yeah, let's check that out. You start to see people start coming out of the buildings around in the little plaza square, and some people that were walking by kind of start going right around the middle of this square, and they kind of are curiously watching to just see what's going to happen. So these two identically dressed Vidalkins, which is uncommon in the Rakdos. Vidalkins are like blue-skinned. They are bald. They have no facial hair or hair of any kind. They have sort of long limbs. They're probably around 6 feet to 6.5 feet tall. Very slender. They look kind of like the Genosians from Star Wars, the ones that did the cloning. was it the Caminos, not the Genosians, the
Yep.
Caminos.
Come
Caminos. Sorry, you guys are gonna take away my nerd card. So they're wearing these like jester's hats with these little skulls and bells and things on it, and they're tattered. And you can, even though the costumes are red and black, you can see cuts and blood stains coming through on various different parts of the costume, and you can see bits of their blue skin coming through because there's big slashes and stuff in them. They come out carrying these scimitar-like blades that are they don't look sharp enough to be good to use, but they're sharp enough to cut you. There's bits of chips in them, which you can see from even several feet away. These are not well-maintained blades. Some of them are stained with rust. Some are stained with blood. And they strap one of the twins into the spinning circle thing. You see the other twin with the swords. He has now 4 scimitar blades. He starts juggling these swords, and he almost cuts himself trying to catch one of them, and he drops them for a second. So they start spinning this thing faster and faster, and he takes one of the scimitars and he throws it. And it doesn't even hit the circle thing. It doesn't even come close. It actually almost hits someone in the audience. You kind of see this human lady scream as this blade comes at her, which she has plenty of time to dodge, but she gets upset and immediately leaves. The crowd is kind of like, is that part of the show? They're all a little bit confused. They're not quite sure. So he takes another one of the blades and he throws it as this spinning circlet is going faster, and it sticks on the outside edge, but it comes awfully close to impaling his twin's hand. And you hear the one twin blade, "Watch it, you gotta aim a little lower." And he kind of nods like, okay, but you can see he's a little bit nervous. And finally he's like, he decides to switch with his other hand. He's going to throw with his left hand now. And he throws, and the blade impales right into the forehead of the other twin. Blood starts pouring down and pours out into the audience, and they're all aghast at first. Some of them dig it. They think it's part of the show, like it's all fake. But he actually is injured. He's actually hurt. The performers all kind of stop for a second, and then they act like it's all part of the show. They clap, they start laughing, and they kind of call into one of the tents, and these little tiny red demon-looking creatures come out with little curved horns, bright blue eyes, yellowish white fangs. They're about 1.5 feet tall. They come out and they like rip the twin off of the thing, and they start ripping down the one set. So as they're getting ready to clean up and kind of wipe up the bit of evidence, this has drawn more people than have left. And we're going to get into the second part of the show now.
Damn, that was pretty sweet. Oh, I mean, for the next performance, that was pretty cutting edge, wasn't it? Who writes this shit? For the next bit of theater, a bit of mystery, bit of meat puppetry, from the master of strings, Leroy Jenkins.
And with that, a barrage of these little tiny red demons with the horns, you can hear them giggling and laughing. It's unsettling. It's creepy. They have these little chains wrapped around them multiple times, almost like a bandolier. And they're hauling out what looks like some patchworked sort of parachute. They kind of throw it onto the ground next to the stage, and you see a few of them start casting what looks to be some type of fire spells. And it looks like they're igniting a bit of wood underneath of it. And this other person comes out of one of the tents after you call his name a few minutes later, and he looks out like he's surprised, like he's not supposed to come out yet. He's really nervous, and he goes, "Oh, wait, that was my thing." So he comes out. And he's not wearing the jester thing, but his face is all painted up with the skull emblem of the Rakdos. And he's got this horn hood that he's wearing. So he comes out, and he reaches into his pockets, and he pulls out these thin illuminated threads. They clearly look magical of some type. And he whips them at the parachute type thing that's on the ground. And he starts pulling it, and it looks like he's doing some kind of concentration as he's standing behind it. And then he lifts his hands up, and you see these little marionette things come dangling off of his strings and the other strings that are attached to it. And these start dancing on each hand. There are these little skeleton marionettes. And the inflatable parachute, it starts to fill up with hot air, and it takes the shape of, well, a very, very poorly looking sphinx. The wings kind of are all floppy. They're not quite filled up with enough hot air, so it looks sort of like a deflated balloon animal at a birthday party. It's really sad, but the colors in the face, to anyone that's an onlooker, would immediately recognize it as the Supreme Judge Asperia. Supreme Judge Asperia is the leader of the Azorius Guild, and they are the guild that governs and makes all the laws within Ravnica. So they go into their little spiel, and he's doing his puppeteering, controlling little dancing skeletons and controlling the inflatable Asperia. There's a person who you can clearly tell is throwing their voice poorly. And they're talking in gibberish. It's not common. It's not abyssal. It's not any language. And it's definitely meant as some sort of satire against sphinxes. Some of these cackler demons, the giggly ones, they come out, maybe 4 or 5 of them. And the parachute mouth opens up, and it looks like Asperia eats multiple of these people. It's implied that Asperia is not a fair ruler, but a cruel ruler. Some of the audience members actually are really into this little satire thing, thinking, yeah, the Azorius kind of suck. You hear a couple of them going, yeah, the Azorius are strict. We don't like those guys. So they're into the whole satire thing. Some people are like, that's disturbing. I mean, you guys just killed a guy, and you guys didn't even really stop performing. You just went right into it. But some other people are kind of on board. Some of them are kind of clapping like, all right, that's pretty neat with the puppeteering. So the Asperia thing and her eating other subjects goes on for a while until Skriznet comes back out onto the stage, and he gets ready to announce the next part of the show.
And I always heard that Asperia was a fair and impartial judge. Tyranny! While our next performer is sobering up, allow me to make time to pay the bills. Are you lost in the world? Don't fit in? Maybe your mommy and daddy are both jerks. Or maybe they're worm food. Maybe they're being fed by the Golgari. If you feel this way, like the world doesn't matter, why you laugh at the macabre and clap at chaos, then consider a spot with Madame Madri. Rakdos loves all his people. That's overstatement. You'll be welcome here, you little fucking lunatics. And stick around after the show if it sounds like something you might like. Now for our follow-up act, I believe we have a special visitor tonight. Straight from the peaks of Sunhome Fortress, Aurelia.
And with that, members of the Rakdos, they begin to clap excitedly. These little cacklers, they start clapping. And they're like maniacally laughing at nothing. They're just laughing just to laugh. It's almost like they can't speak at all. They just laugh.
Wasn't that fucking funny?
This little tiny cackler demon comes out dressed in this makeshift armor that is supposed to be like plate armor. It's clearly made from bits of scrap metal and just things that they could find laying around, like trash cans and stuff. They've kind of put some goldish type paint on it to symbolize it. It looks like there's some dirty Kleenexes and stuff stuffed to make it look like it's the clothing part. And they found or scalped someone with red hair and put this red wig on this little tiny cackler. So it looks very similar to like in Gremlins 2, where the one is like the female goblin or the female gremlin. So this like bad wig is on top, and the cackler like tosses his head, and the wig almost comes off, and he's like pulling it back down on top of his little head because the horns are not letting it go on his head right. And he trounces along like he's in charge of what's going on, and he walks up to Asperia, and in I think what is supposed to be a female's type voice. We're supposed to work together. And then Aurelia smacks him And then Asperia smacks him and knocks him down, and not that hard. And Aurelia, the little cackler that's dressed like Aurelia, the leader of the Boros Guild, by the way, lays down on the ground and like very dramatically acts way more injured than they should, and is like, oh, and falls over, playing dead. And the little cackler demon is laying on the ground going, I'll do whatever you say. And it's kind of implied that the Boros are the foot soldiers of the Azorius. And several people in the audience, they're like, yeah, they always seem to show up and do whatever the Azorius want them to say. So more and more people are kind of like taking the side of the show. Like, they're right. They've all forgotten about that guy that got killed earlier. They're like, these guys are totally right. Almost on cue, several other little people come out from the tents, and they start juggling these giant flame wheels. They look like big hoops that are magically lit, and they are juggling them, and not well. One of them ends up falling on a rooftop and almost sets the building on fire. As a couple of the cacklers are climbing up to get them down, something implodes within one of their little Rakdos tents, and it completely frightens several of the cacklers. Some of them disappear into the shadows, but then several of them start turning almost aggressive, and they start laughing and thinking that it's time to just let all hell break loose. They begin jumping on members in the audience and clawing and scratching at them. Some of them start flinging fire bolts into the crowd. Some of them start casting hideous laughter while people are erupting into uncontrolled laughter on the ground. It's absolute and total anarchy for several minutes. Now, during this time, our good friend down here happened to be in the neighborhood because he was... well, I'll let you tell them why you were in the neighborhood.
Oh, so I'll introduce the character time. So I am Elvin Windsoul. I'm a Cleric Minotaur. I have a insignia patch on my, that's my left arm, this is my right arm. On my right arm, I actually have one of the Orzhov representation, so our representative. I'm in the neighborhood because I am looking for, I have the name because I actually wrote it down for once in my lifetime, Agmon Sarv. He owes a debt, and I've come to collect. And yeah, I'm kind of scouring around looking for him. Said he was in this town, so that's what I'm here for.
Amidst some of the chaos, you did see him in the crowd. It looked like he was trying to blend in, almost like he had caught wind of you, or maybe saw you coming, and he's been trying to blend in. So you know he's within this crowd somewhere, but you're not quite sure. And now all hell is broken loose. Your character, strangely enough, is also curious about this man.
This is true. Is this my introduction? All right. My character is name is Lizehka, of the Golgari clan or guild. He dons more fancier clothes. He is a scholar for them, which is a bit unusual. Just trying out, seek out knowledge on other guilds and the outside world. And he has seen this man before.
What guild did you say you were in?
Golgari.
And what was your race?
Drow. Well, they're not actually called Drow here, but he's a Drow elf.
Dark elf. What are they called here?
I believe they just a lot of times refer to him as Dark elves.
Dark elf. I'll just go with dark elf then.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Dark elf.
Do you have any other description about your character as far as like how you look? Like physical characteristics. Like, are you tall? Are you short?
6 foot. Red eyes, silver white hair, gray skin.
Okay. And I'm sorry, did you give a general description of what your character looks like?
Oh yeah. Sorry. So I am a Minotaur. Got the 2 little horns, looking all sweet.
You're a Minotaur?
Yeah, I'm a Minotaur, and
That's neat.
I got some like brown patchy fur. Nothing too crazy. I look relatively like middle age for a Minotaur. I mean, like probably in their 40s. I was like a human form 40s. I got a bad back, but we're getting through the day.
Need a posturepedic.
Yeah. Got orthopedic in my shoes, some New Balances. No, I was going to say, yeah, my guy's very simple clothes, just kind of wears this leatherish and metal mix breastplate, wears just leather pants, very simple gloves, like I said, and he wears a black cape with a hood on it.
Okay.
By the way, there are a couple 40-year-old men in this group that do wear New Balance, and I find that offensive.
I'd like to leave now.
I'd just like to say that I am not one of them. I am that old, but I am wearing Nikes currently. Next year, I'm getting the New Balances.
Yeah.
Okay. So you caught wind of this guy, so that's why you're here. You
Yeah.
are looking for this guy for reasons that only you know, which is fine. I know and you know, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And you're there because you're a performer. Now, Emily, you're there because it just looked like a good time. You just kind of happen to be wandering around and go, ooh, what's going on? Because I know that you're kind of new to the area.
Mm-hmm.
You come from a far off mystical land, but I'll let you tell people as much as you want to tell people.
Thank you. Right. So this is Pig. Pigwen. Her friends call her Pig. She doesn't have a lot of friends here just yet, but we're working on that. Pig's new to town. She's excited to be here. Pig is from the Feywild, so this feels pretty normal, actually. Maybe the blood is a little extra. Not what we're typically used to there, but, the chaos feels pretty natural and like she's at home. She is a fairy, so she's a tiny little thing. But for a fairy, she's about as thick as you can possibly be. We're thinking kind of like bumblebee ideas. We're not really sure how she's quite in flight, and that is perfect for her. And if you want to say something about it, please feel free.
I actually think it's great.
That's awesome.
You get tired of seeing the little Tinkerbell fairies all the time.
No,
I'm like,
that
give
ain't
me
her.
a real person.
A little holler out to us thick folks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, the bumblebee flies anyway, and so does Pig. She has dark skin, blue hair, kind of cut into a shaggy mullet. We're being trendy. She is wearing green because she is currently a part of the Golgari Guild, but that is up for negotiations. She is getting out of her hometown, and that is the most important thing that's happening here. So yeah, we're excited to be here.
All right. So we have met our cast. Well, most of them. One of them will be joining us shortly. He gets a little bit of a different introduction. So as this chaos is branching out, you all cannot help but be wrapped up in it. I need everyone but Bill's character to roll for initiative.
First roll.
Oh, who wants to play? Okay.
I'm going to have to pick the... Oh, my gosh.
Well, that was in that one.
It's
No kid.
I need glasses.
it is a 20.
What? A natural one?
It is a
nat
natural 20.
one.
I heard it was. Hey,
Trust
we
me,
got
it was
both
a
ends of the
natural
spectrum.
20.
Oh.
Look at that.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going very last.
That's okay. Somebody's got to survey the
I got
area.
the 11. I was
I
at
don't think I need to...
Wow.
You said these were warlock tiles? How do you spell that?
Hashtag that. Oh, my gosh. First natural
there-
20.
is there
With a W?
Is there a
First
space
nat
in there,
one.
or-
I'd rather burn it on initiative.
One word.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm fine with going last. As long as I
And we're excited to have level 1 characters. That's a +1 to initiative. Here we go.
Yes, I got a +2. I'm at 13 now.
Whoa.
We're setting up system things here.
I'm rocking a
couple minutes.
I'm rocking a
Yeah.
solid 10 over here. So
So don't forget my shit.
So,
What you got,
yeah,
kid?
Warlock Tiles, hit us up. We love you. We love your
I totally
stuff.
forgot to mention that I am totally rocking with a red fox named Benjamin.
Uh,
if you don't if you forget Benjamin again, I swear to
Yeah.
God, honestly.
I didn't think about it until I saw
Commit
his
to the
mini.
character.
Is there a Buffalo Trace in Ravnica?
Throwing it out there.
Tiny beast.
We take all tiles though. Warlock tiles. What's the other one? Dwarven Forge.
Is this loud? or
I
is
mean,
this
we
cool?
don't own any Dwarven Forge.
Oh, it's the crack of the
I'm on a
can.
budget,
Yeah, no, I was gonna say.
but I played with it. It's great
I'm
stuff.
on budget.
Yeah.
We also accept the tiles that you put on your keys so you don't lose them.
Um,
Because that's
Or if you
important.
want to retile my kitchen, that'd be fine.
I could use some stuff in my bathroom.
So what we're trying to say is we're poor as hell, and we need free stuff.
Help. Help. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
this
true. We
would-
spent a lot on this.
I was gonna
Spend
say
more
I'm
time
out of
playing
money.
D&D than working, so
My house is foreclosed on tomorrow, so this better
Everybody
be a good
enjoy
session.
tonight because we
Yeah.
gotta get this shit
This is
out.
the first and last session.
But wasn't this table cool?
it's getting repoed.
It's my.
Truck's outside. He's being nice.
He's waiting until session's over.
He's actually the
He's
truck.
driving.
He's the truck driver.
He's on. He's watching the Twitch stream. He'll come in when it's over.
Do me dropping brakes leg for a third time?
Hey, I don't want to break that guy's leg again, and it's not sealed.
Coming from this direction.
Ooh, it's heavy.
Does the mushroom
Yeah,
give
it
it power
happens
up?
to be bigger than everybody else. So sorry.
From that direction. Don't mind the dog. She's friendly.
The dog is friendly.
Shout out to all the dogs out there. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, dogs?
Hey, shout out Hank and Ari. Those are my dogs. Miss you and love you.
Sorry if you're listening as speakers and your dog goes crazy.
Yeah.
My dog loves to watch the TV, and she can tell when there's animals on there. She will track them
Yes,
back and forth. She especially hates geckos, camels.
she really does.
Geico commercials are terrible for us.
Not a fan. Huh?
But please hit us up, sponsor.
Hank gets distracted by his reflection. So that's
There's a lot of
Oh,
humans
that's
around
good.
here.
Well, it wouldn't have been a very good crowd if it was just you guys on the.
I know.
It could be.
Did you roll initiative for everyone?
Most of them are
Yes.
probably
Rolling
running.
for initiative for the people that matter. P.S. Besides you, no one else on the screen right now matters. But they will.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
soon.
I'm excited. Look at all these guys.
See, now every map has to be this way.
Exactly.
It has to be this
setting the
intricate.
standard.
This
Standard.
You said it
You
too
set
high.
the standard.
this many pieces.
Lowered expectations.
Normally people use the break for like setting up all this stuff. Then it comes
Should
back.
just want like a piece of paper with some grids on it.
So what do you guys want to know about my life? What do we want to talk about?
So what made you get the blue hair?
The blue hair? Like
Yeah.
my real hair or the girl?
The girls. Or do I have to find that out? I gotta ask. We don't even know if we're friends yet. We're just like
I was
We don't know who each other are.
Ask me questions, but don't talk about me.
I promise you're definitely probably gonna know a blue haired person from a mile away. Like
That's
All right, so
Not the
we are-
wings.
it's not the wings. It's not the wings.
We are going to be good.
Not the glitter dragonfly wings.
There.
It's the hair.
Let's do this. Let's go.
Custom
Is it-
made
is it the
wings.
hat? A lot of people get angry about the hat.
I don't like
Okay.
that.
Angers people.
Painted my hair.
Gotta get my initiative thing so I can keep track of that.
is Agmon on here?
Yes. He's the hooded guy in the group with a bunch of other people where the demons are currently attacking.
The one with the dagger?
Yes, he looks like a thief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy
There's
that
nothing I
definitely looks
can
like a rogue.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna point and go to each one. You just tell me what you got. What'd you get?
11.
11 for Pigwen. You're not in it. What'd you got?
20
Natural.
natural.
Wow.
20.
Wow. Just show off.
I mean, I did have the first roll because somebody took it from me last time.
What'd you get down here?
13.
13
I feel like I'm like
for Skriznet.
A solid 2.
Solid 2.
Nat 1 plus 1.
I cannot spell your name very well, so you're just gonna be Liz.
Lizzie.
Liz is fine.
Liz.
Lizzie Claiborne.
All right. We are gonna roll for the. Well, that's unfortunate.
Not rough.
Christmas music?
It does kind of give me like some of those vibes, but
I feel like Ralphie's gonna come out in the bunny suit.
He'll shoot your eye out.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
such a classic.
All right. Oh wow.
Sounds like Skriznet might say that.
We got
I feel
one
like Skriznet's
here.
the one to get his tongue stuck on the pole.
Oh, for sure.
That's why he talks the
Gotta have the fancy cup.
Backstory. Did I ruin your backstory?
We got
Nope. Wait till you hear about some of the other stuff.
and 10.
I'm sided.
He was part of the
All right.
Elvin Guild.
Cool. Oh, I gotta do the
Oh, lore drop.
yep performer.
Thought I'd throw it out there.
So 13.
Liquid.
It's a nice tonic.
Yeah, it is. The
Okay, we're good.
bulliest.
So top of the round, these little tiny demon guys. 2 of them. So starting from here, this one has jumped off the stage and is beginning to. He pulls this like bandolier type chain off of his body and whips it out like a Simon Belmont style whip. It's got a big long, almost bladed hook looking thing at the end of it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's actually like almost like a pitchfork that comes off of the blades on the edge of it. And he begins lashing out at the crowd. So he's going to make an attack at this citizen here on the end. Let's see.
I feel like I would like this, but at the same time, I'm like, man, this get the hell away. The show's getting away from me a little bit.
Yeah.
This was my night.
Come on. Reel it in.
So spiked chain attack. It's going to be.
I'm supposed to be the one attacking. random people.
That's going to hit, and the damage on that is going to be this. So he whips this chain out. It wraps around the citizen's neck, and he pulls it back and completely beheads the one citizen. So this one citizen is laying on the ground, dead.
Oh no.
Oh God! You're not supposed to lose your head over a bad show.
The second cackler is
Great.
giggling maniacally, and we're going right down the line. He takes a swipe at the guy in the cloaked robe. That is going to be it's the guy that you're looking for and the guy that you're looking for. That is going to. He also pulls off his spiked chain. He takes a swing at him, but this guy's able to dodge out of the way, and it barely cuts into the front side of his cloak. But it doesn't seem like it does any really decent damage. So that is the 2 cacklers, and now you're up, Elvin.
Yeah, so Elvin will make his way towards his target. How far away is the target?
He's 35 feet.
35. Ooh, I don't think I.
Yeah, you're roughly 35 feet.
Okay, so I'm 30 feet away. 30 feet of movement. So I'm going to instantly, I'm going to dash. I'm going to dash and go catch up right behind him and kind of almost put him in this, sleeper hole type thing.
Can you get that far?
This guy?
With dash, I can.
With dash.
So grapple would be your action. If you dash, it's your full action.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant, yeah, okay.
So
I'll
you're
just get
going
close
to
to
use
him.
your movement,
So
and
you're
then
just
you're
gonna
going
get within
to
5
dash as your action.
Yeah, I think that's all I
Yeah.
can really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're able to get up to him.
You want to go behind him?
Yeah, I want to stay behind him.
So Elvin comes in his this Minotaur in the cloak comes running up around the corner and goes full blast and into a dead sprint, trying to catch this particular person, and gets up to him. Next up is one of the performers. So you see one of these people in the Rakdos attire. I think it was that guy with the hood. He's got some kind of a branding iron, and he's going to try and herd these cacklers back. Not with that roll, he's not. So he takes a poke at the cackler, and the cackler actually jumps up, crawls up his little poker thing, and laughs in his face, and then crawls back down. Next up is Skriznet.
Shit! You guys are ruining the show. Not you. That was cool with the head. Oh God.
I want to look around and see if I can see if Madame Madri is at the show, watching, or if she's judging.
She is
me.
not. Madame Madri is not actually here.
fired.
Oh God. What am I gonna do? Walk away.
And I just jump off stage and start walking away.
You want to go this way here?
I'll head towards this far corner here, towards you. I'll just jump off and be
Towards here?
hey, I'll throw my hands up and yeah, right there, towards Pigwen.
Hey, how much movement do you have?
I'm gonna head towards that door and be like,
to the store.
Skriznet is out.
How much movement do you have?
20.
I started this and now I must bail immediately.
It's just the ring.
30. He's got 30 foot. Just head toward. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
and
go.
ringleaders traditionally start nothing. That's not in the name.
Yeah, true.
And then I'm gonna turn around. And
Let's add a little more chaos.
I pull out my crossbow and I want to shoot one of the little fiends in the ass with the crossbow bolt.
You're taking a shot at one of the cacklers?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Here we go, babe.
First attack roll, baby.
I got a 18.
18. An 18 with a ranged shot. That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
A D8 plus 2. That'd be 6.
6 points of damage. Okay. Let's see. That's 6 points. Which one did you aim at here, bud?
The one to the far left.
This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the light post?
Yep.
Got it. Put some there. So you fire a crossbow bolt?
Yes.
So you launch one, and this thing catches this thing right in the chest. And it looks pretty weak from it. But it pulls it out and looks at it and just starts laughing hysterically and then throws the bolt down
Does he
on the
know
ground.
I shot at him?
No. No. You hit him from the backside. So
There's too much chaos going on.
the thing actually came through his front, and the blood starts coming out, and he's looking at it, and he looks really confused at first. And then he pulls the bolt all the way basically rest of his body and just starts laughing and throws it on the ground. He thinks it's hilarious.
I start laughing too.
But he looks weak.
'Cause
He
it's
does
fun-
look a little weak.
It's funny that he pulled it out. I'm going to start.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
All right. And you still have movement if you... Oh, you already did your
I already
movement.
did my
Okay.
movement.
So next up is the second performer.
The other angle.
Yeah,
I'm
not
wasting
a good
bonus
picture. Not a good angle for a picture.
You can get up and take a picture.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
I'm not in this battle.
I just have him be moving the pieces. You're actually.
There'd be no difference than if we were just no cameras. Come in and get your pictures. I work hard on these. You get the pictures. So this second performer here is going to take an attack at the one that you launched a crossbow bolt at. And again, he pulls out this big, long metal branding iron. My last two attack rolls have been a 2 and a 3. So we're doing solid over here tonight. So he tries to poke him, but he hits just the ground. The cackler doesn't even have to move out of the way. So that's going to be him. He's not going to move. Next up is Pigwen.
I'll stop taking my picture now.
It's not.
No, go
me.
ahead. Go ahead.
No worries. So, Pig sees all of this excitement happening, but it does feel a little one-sided. Like these guys probably, these little guys kind of get to do whatever they want. So while she doesn't necessarily care too much about, I mean, obviously we want the townspeople to be fine, but she is a fairy, and townspeople are kind of like in and out of her existence a little bit. So, but she would rather watch a fair fight. So she's going to cast Entangle on. So we've got a 20-foot cube, I believe, a 20-foot square. And so, so let's just get,
You said it's 20 foot square?
yeah. So let's get, this is one of the performers?
Yep.
All right, cool. Then let's go right there.
Right here.
Yeah. So those two cacklers and our Rakdos performer. So a creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. So Pig, very casually, kind of casts out these, like, it just is kind of like slimy and like what it's kind of like when the leaves get slick in the fall and the top is dry but underneath is just like mush and it'll take your ass out in a second. And green, there's lots of spores that are coming up as it grows on the ground, and it just kind of entangles and gums up the mix for these guys.
Okay.
Because it's cooler that way.
I like it. All right, so you cast these various different plants and vine structures like start breaking up out of the ground and start wrapping around them. So they have to make it's a strength save when you cast it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do a strength save on the first cackler. That is a 15.
Passes.
All right. Second cackler.
Lame.
That is a 7.
Got him.
And the performer is. I gotta look at his stats here. There we go. Well, that's not very good either. So it's going to be a 7 as well.
Got him. Got 'em
So
both.
we have 2 entangled. Is that correct?
Yes. So
Are they restrained?
So it's restrained. They're
Yeah.
restrained. And it's a concentration spell.
Concentration spell. So you are concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
That's hastened. Okay. You still have movement if you want it?
No, I'm fine.
Nope. She said, nope, I'm good. All right, so concentration and restrain.
Comfortable right here.
We're going to go with, you know what, we'll just use these green ones. Never
think
mind.
I'm gonna
I
report that
I
one
found
guy
the
to
restrained ones.
HR. He can't hit nobody, gets entangled. He's fired.
He's fired.
You won't be in the second act.
You can put them on the wings. I thought about that later.
And then we got restrained on the performer.
Look at those cool little over the mini conditions.
That's nice.
It is nice.
Restrained.
Yeah, really
Highly recommend.
helps you
Highly
keep track of
recommend.
that.
Who makes those? Do we have a brand?
It's actually a company called Lynx.
Links. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lynx.
Thank you, Lynx.
That is very cool.
They ain't done shit for us yet. Hang on.
They are currently
Redacted.
restrained. All right, very, very cool. Very effective use of the first turn. So, you're passing movements. You still have bonus action if you want it. If you have anything that you can do as a bonus action.
Not yet. I do, but
Okay, I get it. Cool.
we don't need none of that yet.
Next up is the currently restrained cackler. So he can't move.
Catch a beach.
Restrained though, I believe I can still attack. I have my saves on Dex is at disadvantage. My attack rolls have disadvantage. So and all attackers have advantage. So I am going to make an attack on the citizen on the end there at disadvantage. Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Fruit baskets in their hand.
All right. So
He's
with that,
definitely fired.
next up is
For sure
Lizehka.
fired.
The one got a 2 in his initiative. He thinks these creatures are funny, but at the same time, he doesn't like unprecedented chaos. So he's gonna cast Infestation. So he's gonna pluck a flea from Benjamin and kind of cast the spell on the furthest one to the right here, which is a Constitution save.
You're casting which thing now?
I'm casting Infestation on.
Infestation. What's the radius of that?
It's a cantrip. It's just a single target.
Single target?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
It's con save 12.
Con save 12 on who now?
This cackler right here.
Got it. Con save. That is 4.
That is not saving.
So that is a fail.
Okay,
All right.
so he takes, where is it? 1d6 poison. That's not a d6.
This cackler. Here,
It's on the
correct?
far right side.
This side?
Yes, that
That-
one.
yeah.
Yep.
This side.
No, correct. You're far left. One.
You gotta remember this is my left. and
Left.
we-
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Your left, my
Take it
right.
back now, y'all.
what's the damage?
What?
Two
Okay.
hops is down.
5 poison damage.
That's a pretty solid amount of damage.
And then which way is north? I'll let you decide.
On my map, this way is north.
That's north. Okay, so he moves one random direction according to a d4. Is that a 4?
Is
So-
that only if it damages the creature?
Only if he fails the save.
does it have to damage him?
No,
Because he's immune to poison.
no. So basically the
They
fact
make him
that
itchy. Got
it
it.
makes him itchy and
Which
it
way
like
is
covers
it?
his eyes. He goes one to the west unless it's blocked. Or it's,
Northwest.
so he's blocked. So he just bumps into his friend and it just goes like takes yeah.
So these various bugs and mites spread out and crawl all over him and start biting and stinging him, and the guy sitting next to him just starts laughing at him, and then he starts laughing at the guy laughing. So now they're just both kind of sitting there laughing at each other, and they're not even really sure what's funny.
We're having a good time.
Everyone's having a good time. All right, and now we're gonna go back to the top of the round, and at this point, amidst all the chaos, the audience still around that is not quite done running away or in the midst of things, and all of you hear the sound of large wings flapping above your guys' heads. It sounds like a very large bird of some type.
Probably a bird.
Now you
Probably.
hear two large birds coming in
Crows.
like bomb fast, and they land in the area.
Ugh.
Birdies.
It's a little early to fight a Planetar.
So these large
It's Bill's character. No.
It's not what I
I'll say
wrote.
It's
But
not
it
exactly
looks
what
pretty cool.
They,
Yeah,
they
okay.
land approximately in this, and then you also hear what is the sounds of metal boots hitting gravel and cobblestone, and they are rushing in from this direction.
Well, hi, friends.
And you're in this troop, so I'm gonna need your character.
Pass them down.
Hi, guys.
All right.
Here comes the orange guy.
Here comes the orange guy.
So you lead a group of fresh recruits in because you're sure that this is probably just some petty little squabble and it shouldn't be a big deal. So you're kind of breaking your teeth in with these new recruits and getting them used to the street patrols. So I'm going to let you introduce your character now.
Alrighty. All right, so my guy's name is Rhokkee Brindlehide. He's about 6.5 feet tall. You'll see that he is a middle-aged Minotaur. First thing you see about him, you can see that he is he's very tall, brawny, kind of warrior, and his intimidating presence makes him seem even larger. Taking a closer look, you'll see that his horns used to be one solid bright color. Now they're a little bit darker bone color, showing his maturity and age. He is a brindle-coated Minotaur, and you also see patches of white around the snout and around the eyes, signifying that he's a little bit older of a Minotaur. And you do see a massive burn on the left side of his face, where there's no hair anymore. It's just kind of patchy, burned skin all down the left side of his face. He has the simple clothes, plated armor, red cloak of the Boros. It's got some. It's shiny, but it's got some nicks and hits in it because it's been used and it's been worn. He's got a big old chain around his neck, and he carries a massive glaive with him. Also, the Boros red and gold colors. That's good enough for right now. Was that good enough?
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
think it's
I'm
pretty
happy
good.
with that.
I
happy with it.
feel like I left too much out.
Yeah, me too.
We have time, people.
I got a
This
fox
is his
and
description. I said that much.
Name,
You did forget
race,
Benjamin,
class.
and again,
I'm done.
unforgettable. So
Oh yeah, and he's a paladin.
And
what
he's a
I don't
paladin.
think I talked about
no,
what I am.
no, neither did I.
Oh, he's not a paladin.
He's not a paladin. He's a
No.
class other than a paladin.
Any
really
other
holy.
class?
He's every other class but paladin.
He's
I'm
no
multi-
classes.
I'm multi-classing every single class in the game.
Yeah, 2 levels each class.
Yeah, 2 levels in each class.
All right.
My
So I've
character-
already done initiative for them. I pre-did their initiative. You need to roll for initiative though.
Alrighty.
I told you we'd get you into the combat.
That is a 13.
13.
I just need ASMR of Bill's dice tray.
Yeah, really.
Like it is just
That is nice.
the sound of it hitting.
All right, so Skriznet has a 13 and you have a 13. Whose dex is higher between the two of you?
Me? My dex is 12.
My dex is 14.
All right, so Skriznet's going to go
suck it.
before.
Goblin flex.
Goblin play.
And then we got Rhokkee.
Terrifying.
All right. So we're going to go to the top of the round. The two Cacklers are going to do
Had to be the clunkiest dice.
their thing. The one is going to turn at the one that tried to brand him and contain him, and he's going to make a. He's actually going to cast. He's going to cast a spell.
Yeah, he is.
No material components. Once per day. Seems good. Okay. So he failed to save. He the little cackler like points a finger at him, and you see this like purple energy come out of his finger, almost like a little small point, and it pokes into the guy's head, and like is sucked into his head. And suddenly he just uncontrollably starts laughing. He is going to take some damage.
No, right? Like, it's hilarious. I think
It's
so, too.
totally funny.
I get it. I mean, you're being a little much, but it is funny.
Okay. The second one is going to whip off his chain, and he's going to take a strike at that hooded guy again. And that is going to be... that's not going to get there. So he swings again and misses. Guy's a little too nimble. Okay. And then next we're going to go to Elvin. You're up.
Okay, so Elvin will kind of get right behind his target, putting him in this like headlock. So I'm going to attempt to grapple.
Okay.
I should have advantage.
It's
since I'm
a contested strength check.
Yeah, but I'm flanking, so he doesn't know it's coming. I'll be behind him.
Yeah, right behind him.
You are flanking.
Yep.
I've done flanked.
You are not an ally of the creature that is in front of you, so you can't be flanking.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, fine.
That is just 18.
That is a 2.
That is a 19.
That is a 2.
You
So
too hard.
yeah, like I said, I'll kind of walk up behind him, put him in this like headlock, and try to drag him into that bar area or tavern or house,
Okay.
whatever.
So you are grabbing him.
Yeah,
Get over here.
And how far are you trying to take him back?
I'm trying to drag him. I'm trying to drag him into like that. That little house. Yeah.
Okay. The door seems barred. Like
Okay.
people have barred the door shut
Okay.
during the chaos.
Okay.
But you have him. You're holding on to him.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Forget about it.
Hi.
Dutch sent me, and I've come to collect.
I'm sorry. Did you say Dutch? I don't know a Dutch.
Wow. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna be taking that 25 gold pieces now.
I owe you.
Well, you owe somebody.
It's as good as money.
Well, I'm gonna need the 25 gold, or I'm gonna let one of these cacklers get it straight up in your ass.
I'm gonna say that's enough for the actions. That's about 6 seconds worth of combo.
Like halfway through, I remember you said Joe Pesci.
It's not Joe Pesci.
All right. With that,
Interesting to see what comes out.
the Sky Knights are going to fly here.
Oh. Casual.
And eat him.
And take a strike at the Cackler. He has advantage because of their straining. Tell me I don't hit with advantage. Come on. That's not press.
Yeah,
You should roll this good all the time.
I'm rolling terrible nice. Skyjack.
I
Yeah.
wait till we have like
Honestly.
a harder fight.
Yeah.
It's be
I
like,
was gonna
oh,
say.
17, 18.
Weird.
Sorry.
Never
15
looked.
hits. 15 hits, guys. Damage time. Woo!
I guess one of your own guys.
Yeah. I'm
NPC
killing my,
versus NPC.
killing my
Find
own
me.
stuff.
Everybody else hang out.
I'm the best at killing my own things. You
The
guys are
best at
terrible
killing
at it.
us.
So, see, that's that cackler. He takes that much damage. So he pecks down and he grabs this cackler on the arm and tries to like flip him up into the air to try and take a second strike at him. That's gonna hit. 1.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Doing really good. Woo, woo. Okay.
Yay.
The second Sky Knight. It's gonna fly down here, and seeing no distinction between the Cacklers and the other members of the Rakdos, will begin to attack this performer.
Just, oh god.
You better run.
No advantage on this roll. That's a good roll. Not good damage. So it's going to be that
One.
much. And
Ow.
well, he's got a couple more HP. There we go. And he's going to make a second bite attack at.
How far the back guys?
Probably like another 15.
40. So that gets you next to him. 45.
About, so that's
So around
50.
45.
What do you got on movement?
To 80.
Skriznet calls bullshit on that.
That is
It's
going
just
to
the
hit.
Good old 30.
Oh, sorry.
You could probably get there with
This time the
dash
bird
then.
comes in with talons and swoops up and catches. He did max damage with those,
Hey.
which is not nearly as exciting
Hey,
because it's not
guys.
you guys
Good
doing
or
max
bad?
damage.
That's
gonna
fair.
be that's a lot.
That
That guy is bleeding.
looks like an execution.
All right. Next is Performer A, the guy that he just attacked. So he is going to. He turns around and looks at the hooded guy. I'm sorry. He turns around and looks at the rock that just tried to bite him, and you see him take a huge breath, and then he lets out a gigantic cone of fire from his mouth.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Where's this coming from?
The performer.
This guy.
Performer A.
And he's going for the bird.
That wasn't a
Yes. So everything in this, it's a cone. I know it's gonna hit some people. So it's gonna be here. It looks like it only gets the bird.
Yep.
That's good. All right.
Hey, I have a fire attack that's cone
Dex
too.
save.
Keep it to yourself, too. We know how you are with fireballs.
I'm just gonna come right over here behind everyone. Go.
So he's only gonna take half because he saved.
For the record, I don't have Fireball this campaign or
And
Wild
he's gonna
Magic,
take-
so I won't be fireballing the
Probably
party.
will have fireball at one point in this campaign. Just be prepared.
Not to be in the same room.
Wow.
It
magic.
will happen.
I
Alright,
miss
I got it.
Gus.
It's going
Man,
to be
how
that
sweet would a
much.
fireball just be right there? How many
Cool.
people would you hit? Ooh.
That is the performer's turn. Performer B is the one that's like real hurt.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to make the saving throw and escape the restraints again, or I'm just stuck?
Yeah.
He wants to try and get free.
On your turn. Yep.
I think it's an
Nope.
it's an action.
Doesn't get there. So he's
But we're
stuck.
having so much fun. Why
He's
don't you just
fighting,
stay
like
for a
trying to
little
get free
while?
because his bird is just like having him for lunch, and he does not like it at all. So the second performer is done. Let's see, Skriznet, you're up.
That's you.
So, looking around, what all do I see in my area? Do I see the whatever's coming over to the right? Do I see them coming over from the right?
Absolutely.
I do.
Oh yeah, you hear them. You've heard that. You've heard that march of them. Those feet before.
And I see the lead person coming through.
You just see
You definitely can see.
you
him.
just see the lead person right now, but you can hear the other ones coming behind him.
You know he's not by himself. You knew
Yeah.
that was more than even not being very even smart. You know that that was more than one set of feet coming through.
Looks like the meat wagon's here.
I'm gonna turn around to the door and start trying to open it and try to get in the door.
Are you trying to break the door or just?
I'm just trying to open it, see if it opens.
It is locked.
Oh, shit.
I'm just looking around frantically.
Oh, she's gonna be pissed. What am I gonna do?
I'm looking around for somewhere to hide.
Oh, God. Don't wanna be here.
Do I?
But I do wanna be here.
If he's talking out loud, you absolutely can hear him.
And I hear.
Is that
Yeah, I am talking. I'm like, oh God. I'm like shaking on the door. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
This guy with his book's just like, what the
I'm just
hell
pushing
is
that
this?
guy. Just like,
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Do you? Hi. Do you need something? Are you okay? You're doing a lot.
Are you my fairy godmother?
Jesus Christ! If one more person says that to me, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Who's this Jesus you speak of?
Never mind. You know what? Keep going back to that door. Seems like it's going well for you.
You fly us out of here. I got a nickel. Okay, I don't have that.
Or
But I can
maybe,
play you a tune.
maybe instead of messing with that door out in the open, I'll widen in line of your clearly enemies. Why don't you scuttle around this corner and we can figure out what you're gonna do next?
I'll peek around that alley. Is it dark in there?
Man, you piss.
Yeah, it's. I mean, not pitch black, but yeah, I mean, it's dark.
Yeah, I was going that way anyway.
And I start walking down that alley.
Thanks a lot for nothing.
All right. So you sneak around the alley. Anything else from you?
Yeah, my bonus action. I just want to make sure that I'm gone, so I'm going to use nimble escape and hide.
You got it. So you find some barrels or something in the back, which
yeah.
I don't have on the map because I'm not setting all that up. I do have them though. They're
Yeah,
just
that's
not
fine.
here.
Just
You duck behind some of these barrels and you're hiding, and you
Yep.
are completely
Pig
hidden.
turns around and she's like, "And another." Fine, whatever.
All right.
I can hear you.
You talk to yourself out loud.
No, you can't.
Why did I?
Fly away, fairy godmother.
Fly away.
All right. Rhokkee, you're up.
Oh.
All right. So the glaive he has sheathed behind his back, he's going to take out and give it a couple of fancy swirls. And he's going to turn around to his troops. And he's going to say, all right, come on, grunts. You don't want to live forever. Let's get in this. And I'm going to run towards probably the guy that did the fire.
Okay.
This one. One with the hood.
And I'm going to use my dash action as well if I need to get there.
30. Is that where you want to be?
Am I able to
Or do
hit
you want
him?
to keep going? 35.
Well, he should be able to go like rotate his foot a little bit. Yeah, here. Right.
He slides
I think
under
that
the
was 30,
wing.
wasn't it?
Yeah, up here was 30. So,
So, yeah,
that way.
that'll be
Yeah,
30,
underneath
yep.
him is
Without using the dash?
Without using dash.
You can
Now,
get-
what's the reach on your weapon?
10 feet.
Okay, so you're actually within 5 feet, so you could actually.
So you could attack this guy. Or
Well, you can't stab through the other guy, but
You
if
can
he
go through
wasn't
his
there, you
legs.
definitely could reach the cap.
let's go under his legs. I mean,
Yeah,
it is a
whoa.
short thing.
swashbuckler all of a sudden.
Yeah, really.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to have my glaive out while I run towards him, get within the 10 feet, and I'm going to stab him.
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
23.
20.
Already?
That's. I'm pretty sure that's going to hit. Let me double check.
Are you sure this is level
Yep,
1?
it hits.
So that is a total of 9 slashing damage.
All right.
One of those times he's gonna throw the dice and it's just gonna miss the whole thing.
9.
Probably gonna come
damage.
knock.
All right.
He's got the Kool-Aid
It's gonna
man
knock
for
my
days.
dice.
Is
organization
it just
out.
one attack for you? Okay.
No.
So you don't get a bonus attack or anything with the second half, or
I mean,
I'm
Do you want
I'm
me to have
asking
one?
you. I don't think so, but I'm just making sure that I don't skip you out of.
Level fighters and
more
first
stuff.
level paladins are the same thing. Right?
Yeah, basically.
They're like basically the same thing.
yeah, you know.
All right.
No, that'll end my turn.
So you see this very seasoned Minotaur come up, very not even really in that big of a rush because he can't move quite like he used to, but with purpose. There's no wasted energy. There's no wasted steps, and he just swipes this thing and cleaves a good chunk out of the hooded guy. It was with purpose, it was precise, and it was exactly where he wanted it to be. This guy is bleeding. Okay, and with that, the one, he's not there yet. Cackler. He is going to make an attack on the citizen at disadvantage. There it is. There's the miss. Nice. Those vines are really messing me up right now. So that is his attack as he makes a cracking whip attack with his chain. He is done. Pig, you're up.
Okay. I think. Yeah, like Pig is interested in all. Like I'm interested in everything that's going on, and I was enjoying interacting from a distance. But this is starting to get a little chaotic, and I'm not really sure what's going on, whose side I particularly would be on, because these guys look kind of intense coming in too. But I guess I'm just going to I'm just gonna get close enough. Oh, that seems like a bad idea. I'm going to get within 60 feet of the guy I've already got restrained. Sorry, I don't need to move over there. I'm gonna get within 60 feet, which I may actually be already, and cast Frostbite on my guy that's was restrained. So that's concentration. So he's not restrained. Ooh.
Is Frostbite also concentration?
No, it's a
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, it's just a cantrip. You're
Yeah,
right.
you're good.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna cast Frostbite. And it's got to make a con save.
Con save?
On my the little
This
guy
one?
who's
Right here, the one that's
restrained.
And that's
Is it
So it's not a strength or a dex, so I get
It's
to roll.
con. Yeah.
you're definitely in range.
So that is going to
She's not super interested in getting closer.
a 10.
Nope.
Okay, so that's fail.
Okay. So we get 1d6, guys. Damage roll.
That's a 1.
Cool. So
He's a
that is-
little chilly.
Yeah. So
He's a little cold.
is a little annoyed and gets a shiver.
Frosted nips.
But it
Well,
has.
that one has taken substantial damage.
It
Why don't you
does
go ahead and
take-
finish that one off, because he is no longer among the living.
Okay, so Pig again is trying not to call a lot of attention to herself, but she can't help but be a little agent of chaos in this whole situation. So she just kind of pulls a little bit of frost into her hand and sends it across the crowd at these fire demons. Not necessarily expecting the outcome, but a little bit delighted to see him shrivel.
I feel like she would do like a little victory dance, like one of those like nerdy kind of yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, she's like very bouncy and excited that this worked, but then
I got
also-
one! I got one!
Yes. Also, remembering that this little shit is hiding around here somewhere.
Oh, don't worry, he's back in the thing. So yes.
So I think I'm gonna use my movement to go to the barrels and look for this
Okay.
little creature who was just leading the show and now is fully hiding. I
Okay.
feel like I need more information.
Sure.
just-
Yeah. No, that's totally fine. So you kind of start poking your head around and looking around, and we'll get to you next round and see if you find you.
Yep.
Okay, and next up is going to be the new Boros soldiers.
They don't have quite the movement, do they?
No,
They're here for show.
they're here for show. They're new. They're all level 1 too.
First day.
Just ripping
Villager
down.
takes
They-
down by
Their
street lamp.
stats just aren't as good as ours.
I don't think they get much worse.
See past. This particular one is a little bit better, like differently geared than the other ones.
Exactly.
So this one with the lightning coming out of his hands is wearing slightly different armor and slightly different clothes. He's instead of draped in like plate armor, he's wearing almost like a small, tiny chest plate. And you see him start focusing energy. You see lightning start crackling from his eyes, and then lightning bolts start flickering from his hands, and then he launches an attack in this area right here.
Lightning bolt.
They're gonna all
Goes through all citizens.
save dex for the first 2 plus the performer. So that is a save on the performer. The cackler saves. Third cackler, that's a 1. So he gets to do.
That's what you get for being named a cackler.
Cackler.
Oh yeah, we got a cackler over here. Gaggle a cackler.
So this bolt of pure, almost like Goku style energy just comes flying out of here. It crackles across the table, hits this, bounces off of this one, and then also strikes this one.
Whoa.
They're going to take 18 damage, lightning. But the ones that save only take half, so they're going to take 9. So this one over here
I'm still, like,
basically
all my hit points.
explodes from the damage.
I can just see the other one just laughing as it's getting electrocuted.
We're getting to that. Okay, so he takes 9. He takes 9. That one exploded. Okay. And he is gone.
Wow.
Turns
As
into a
that one
pile
is
of
like
Rakdos.
being struck with the lightning, knowing that its fate is pretty much sealed and that it's not going to be able to save itself, you hear it let out a dying laugh that echoes and reverberates throughout the entire town square. Each creature that's within 10 feet of it must now make a wisdom saving throw.
Is that me?
That's you. That's a lot of creatures.
And the citizens, which will be one roll for them.
This one right here.
Yeah, the one that was in the middle.
Maybe not. I don't think those.
No, you're good.
No, you're not in range. You're fine.
Basically, it's
Good.
allies and
Is it good?
That was a
I would
4.
have had it anyway.
It's gonna try and flirt for advantage.
Aaron, you need to make one though.
And, Elvin, you need to make a wisdom saving throw as well. We're gonna do one roll for the citizens because I don't want to roll that many times.
I totally just hit my fingernail on the mic.
And
That's
going
smart.
to- they're gonna all fail.
Yeah.
I'd say 19.
You're good. You see the other people in the audience. They start holding their heads, and blood starts coming out of their noses. And 2 of them keel over dead.
Ooh. Zooey.
So this one keels over dead, and this one keels over dead. The guy with the rogue outfit. I'm not actually taking that.
Yeah. It's getting a little clawed.
Is that considered difficult terrain now that
bodies
there's
now.
bodies on the floor?
No, I don't think so. You just step on it.
Let the bodies.
And he takes some damage. You see blood start pouring out of his nose too.
Okay.
So he is going to have
What-
that much
what,
damage.
What thing casted this?
It was its dying.
It was
laugh
its dying
from the
laugh.
cacklers. There's a roll that I have to do. There's a percentage chance that it might not happen when they die. That's why when the one you killed it didn't go off.
Well,
Good to know.
he was scared.
All right. Next up is these Boros soldiers. They already moved. They're done. They're all gone. It's Lizehka's turn.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna go ahead and try and get this over with faster, and cast Toll the Dead on this one right here. So the one all the way to your left, the one I got hit by that lightning bolt
Okay.
thing, and is a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw on the performer
No, on
or
the
the demon.
cackler.
Wisdom save. That's a 3.
Okay. So, and he's definitely taking damage. So
He's taking a little.
I didn't mean to hit that. I'm not used to rolling real dice. 1d12. 4 damage. Necrotic.
The same thing happens with him. This shout of hideous Abyssal laughter launches out as he keels over dead. It was this one or this one?
That one. Yep.
Did
No, it's D12 if
you
the
guys
one
make
guy
a
taken
wisdom
damage
save?
before.
did the one guy die? The guy that was holding?
No,
Okay.
But he
has
might.
He has taken damage though.
Okay, I was just saying. From here,
You
it
need
looked
to-
like he was gone. I was like,
And
You need to
he
take
has
one
to
now.
make another wisdom save as well.
it was
Ooh,
this
he's
one,
not gonna
so
get there with
you're
4.
10 away, 10 feet away.
No insurance?
You're good.
What am I doing?
But this guy,
Wisdom saving.
The other guy with that you're grappling.
Are
He
you
failed his save, and he's going to take some more damage. Now blood is coming out of his ears and his nose, and he's trying to hold his head as you're holding him back. He's looking very weak.
Yeah, you need to make a wisdom.
And I'm making one too. Wisdom save.
Are you within
He's-
10 feet of that one?
Okay.
And the rock Sky Knight has to make a
The performer.
got a crit on his save. That one's good.
Woo.
How about
And the
an
performer, yes,
unnatural 11?
the performer's good. 11, you're good.
Hey.
Okay.
Wise as fuck, yo.
So that was the Boros. You did your thing. You still have movement if you want it.
Nah, me and Benji are just watching this thing.
All right.
Benji. Oh.
We're gonna go to the top of the round, and let's see. That cackler is still alive. That cackler is gone. Oh wait, we're on that round. Got it. So from behind one of the makeshift tents in the alleyway,
it's the game. It's the game. I forgot. But it should be good now.
you see an elderly woman dressed in weird-looking cloaks and robes come out. She looks kind of like a hag almost, but she's got these twisted like horns on the top of her head, like a satyr almost. She looks old. She looks like a human. Her hair is kind of scraggly and it has bits of bone and fragments of what look like teeth braided into it. She comes out carrying this big long walking stick from this makeshift tent back over here. She looks annoyed at what's going on. She casts Dimension Door, pops up here. You recognize her immediately as Madame Madry.
But are not the.
Oh, you're
You
hidden.
definitely see her.
Oh shit.
And she is pissed. She snaps her finger and fire erupts all the way around this square.
Oh.
Everything in that square, which is basically everyone except for you, everyone else has to make a dex save.
And probably these two are fine.
All right, random man, you're fine.
Yeah, these two random civilians.
15?
Everybody
good.
else, though, they're kind of
14?
screwed.
You're good.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a lot of dex saves for everybody. I don't think those civilians
That's why
are going to do
we're
so
gonna
hot.
do group citizen dex save. Fail.
They're all dead.
All right, so you're good. How'd you do? You passed. You passed. You don't have to roll, and you don't have to
I
roll.
hope we collect the entrance fee before.
Yeah, really.
Shit, I forgot to go around with the cap.
The
It's supposed to do that the second half, too.
Damn it. I never forgot something.
That's a pretty good roll. It's going to be 22 to everybody that failed. Dead. He's fine. This guy is dead.
Well, I don't have to concentrate anymore. 'Cause
This guy is actually immune to fire. These guys are all dead.
Yeah.
This guy, his cloak's on fire. These guys are okay, but they're looking pretty weak. This guy's fine. This one's dead. These people are all dead.
Did you do a one for him yet?
Over, bitches.
Is this
He
how these
actually
shows
almost
always end
burst
up, or
completely
what?
into flames.
It's closing.
As you are holding like the cindery remains of a fired up skeleton.
He does burn into flames?
Yes.
He's dead.
So those of us who passed, do we still take damage?
You're going to take half. You're going to take 11.
Oh, good.
That knock you down?
Sure did.
Alright.
I am dead too.
Nice! Well, look at that. I killed 2 people in the first round.
Says she
Yay.
wants over, guys.
Make me
Man, level
Wow.
1's fun, ain't it, guys?
Oh, it's great.
It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
At least we weren't killed by a rat.
Yeah, at least it was cool, right? Like,
I guess.
super cool death. So, we're going to go. That was the top of the round. That's her action. Bonus action. And he's still alive. The cackler, seeing his master cowers down and immediately stops moving. It does not try to do anything. It looks very scared of her. That guy's dead. Death save from you.
Fail.
That's one fail. The first Sky Knight, seeing the clearly visible threat here, flies up. Attempts to make an attack. Diving in, swooping with the talons. Miss, tries to bite. That's a hit. Pretty good damage there.
Didn't think I was gonna be on death.
Second Sky Tower.
I know.
It hurts so
You
good.
can come join the Golgari.
Flies this way.
We don't care if you're alive or not.
This guy's dead too.
If my guy dies, I'm just coming back as Gus. Just so everyone knows. It
level
will happen.
Level 13, guys.
Level
Taking
13.
out-
Gus.
Don't worry, I got more wizards in the back.
Straight down.
That's going to be a hit. Damage is going to
Where's
be
our other friend?
pretty
Right
good.
He's like,
No.
That's a 1 on the bite.
No, my baby.
So the 2 Sky Knights
Oh, you went down too?
pass.
Exactly 11 HP.
Next
Nice.
up is he's dead. That one's dead. Dead. They went Rhokkee, death save.
Dead.
Hey, not 20. So I pop up with 1 hit point, right?
You do.
Well, that makes my choice really easy.
All
here.
right.
It's like-
Is that the end of my turn?
Yeah, at the end of your turn.
Balls.
But you're not unconscious anymore.
Oh, shit.
You
lift
lift me.
I tripped.
Yeah,
he
this-
went out of order.
this
I
cake
should have
is-
went ahead of him.
Did you?
It's true.
Was my dex is higher?
Yeah.
So do I have to re-roll next?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it stand. Go ahead, Skriznet.
You shithead.
Why would you do that? We're on the same team.
I mean, the
Well,
rules
not
as
yet.
written state
just made the
that
We're-
his dexterity
we're not in the same team yet.
so-
He has
Technically-
Boros, I'm Rakdos, so... Alright, so I hear Madame Madrid come around the corner.
You definitely recognize her voice.
So I run around the corner, I'm like,
Get your shit together, everyone. Oh, Madam Madrid, hello, hello.
and I see that she's getting attacked. When I do this, I'm gonna attack one of the griffin looking things.
Okay. Move him to where he's within range
Okay.
of wherever he wants to be.
Just put me 30 feet and see how close it gets me.
So you see him like pop up out of this barrel as you're kind of looking around at all this stuff, and he just comes out and he's going right over to the Sky Knight.
Right behind one.
Excuse me, fairy godmother.
Then I get within striking range?
Yeah.
Or
Are you attacking melee?
am I within melee range?
Absolutely.
So, you know what? No.
No?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to come up behind it and I'm going to attack it with my rapier.
Okay. Rapier attack. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That'd be a 17. I have to look.
You look disgusted.
I mean, it was a 9, but I'm like, I can't see it. I'm like,
It's not painted, so yeah. No, these are a little hard to see
it's
too.
17. Or no, that's wrong. 13.
13 on the Sky Knight. That will miss.
Huh?
That does not hit.
I didn't think it did.
He's a little too
Back to the
powerful.
17, and I'd like to
And-
use that one.
I would
As
like
a
to use the
bonus
17
action,
instead.
I will give Bardic Inspiration to Madame Madrid.
Okay. What is the D on that? The die. The
That's
die on
1d6.
1d6.
inspiration.
Okay, she's got 1 inspiration die from you.
That's like still a D6 to give out at first level.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
right?
Pretty good.
Bars.
All right,
I just
so
saw
you.
him go-
All right, since we went out of turn, you did your thing. You popped up. You're good.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that guy's dead. That guy is dead.
I
Pig,
just
you're
want to
up.
be like,
I'm helping,
Okay.
I'm helping.
Pig. I gotta stop moving away. I'm so sorry.
You're still within the shot. You're good.
I want to. I just need to be 60 feet away from my friend over here.
Yeah, you're good.
Am I fine?
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Almost. You can get all the way to where I'm at. We're 60 feet.
Yeah. Well, I don't need to, but I am gonna bonus action healing word, and I'm gonna say, "You look
Oh.
really lame on the ground like that. Get up." And I just kind of whisper it into some of my. You see little like in my hand where the frost showed up before. It's just like little tiny moral mushroom spores, and I waft them on the wind over to you.
Love it.
Ding.
Love it.
And it's really big. It's a D4. That's 2 points, but you are living.
Yeah, so when you do that, I'm no longer a Minotaur. When I went down, I actually turned back into my changeling form.
Yep.
What?
I see.
It's like we could
Dungeons
tell your
and
mini wasn't a
Dragons,
minotaur.
Changeling?
He's still prone.
Go. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say my guy gets
Yeah.
up. You can see
Yeah,
a very light gray complexion, skin tone with
He's
his
back down.
eyes don't have what are they called? They don't have pupils at all. It's just like a
Pupilars.
blue glowing ring around his eyes.
So just the
with,
iris?
Another character with blue hair.
Hey.
Alright.
It's kind of like a.
Don't worry, later on I'll dye my
see a
hair blue,
theme going
everybody's
on.
hair.
Yeah, it's a navy.
You guys are gonna be called the Blue Man.
Get you a wig.
Blue Man Crew, yeah.
We need a couple Veldikins, and we got a Blue Man group. I love it.
Yep. So
Yeah, in a world with blue people.
I'm back up
Neither
with-
of
I'm
us
back
I
up-
love it.
picked them, but-
I love it.
2 HP.
Back up with 2 HP. You got it. So that was.
And-
So, okay, so that was my bonus.
More fire.
I'm going to keep just staying all the way back here. 15, 20. So is he within 30, we would say, or is he over here? I guess I can move, right?
Who was your name?
My guy over here.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
It's almost
So
as
I
bad
wanna
as if I opened
cast
Clash
Thorn-
Royale
I
and just
don't even
went
need to move,
dooning.
but I want to cast
Dun, 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 dun.
Thorn Whip
On
at
rock.
this guy.
The bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Attacking the Boros? Okay.
Oh wait a minute, I forgot.
You you are definitely able to do that.
I know. In my head, they're already bad guys. I know they might not be, but I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. You're like, oh, they're not on my team.
No, I will cast. I've Healing Word. I've moved. Maybe I'll cast just for some fun. No, that's not even fun. I'm just gonna cast Druidcraft.
Okay.
And for no particular reason, behind my friend, this is stupid. Sorry, guys. Welcome to playing with me. Behind my friend Skriznet, I create a instantaneous, harmless sensory effect. One of my options is the faint odor of a skunk.
Love it.
So, just behind my friend there, I'm going to green spores in my hand and just throw them behind. It does fully nothing to you, but it does.
That's nasty.
That's
Oh
nasty.
my god, what did you do? Ew, so gross.
This bird shit in my face.
That's all
You
I
are
can
looking
do.
from
Alright.
behind.
Let's see.
pink eye.
The Boros people.
Also, I'm sorry I keep leaning and yelling. Like,
This,
forget how loud of a human I am.
Fairy.
this
Very
is up to you
sorry.
to cast Cure Wounds on you.
Okay.
At first level.
He has options.
So
Negative
you're
one.
gonna, this frontline medic came up and he casts and you heal for 7.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Almost back to double digits.
Cream rises to the crop.
This one comes up here and jumps up on the table and takes an attack at Madame Madry.
Whoa.
You see fire ignite in his blade as he goes to take a swipe at her. That's a crit.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Let's go, Boros.
Oh, use that Bardic Inspiration.
Team Boros advances to the finals.
It's only on saving attack.
It's only a okay.
Yeah, it's only on the rolls that don't matter at all.
Yeah.
Wait till Globo Gem gets here.
All right, there we go. Her reaction, she cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, I do love Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. So that guy up on the table bursts into flames.
Ah.
His entire armor, his flesh, and everything melts off, and all you see is the skeleton remaining.
Ooh.
Nice.
Him being part of my garrison, I would know his name.
Yeah, his name's Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah, he just started today.
Johnny!
First day. No, I'm
Johnny,
he's not like
Johnny, no!
It's the first time he's gone on active duty.
Johnny be dead.
Johnny, no!
Johnny be burned.
Is Wang with me?
He's the frontline medic right here.
The one who healed me?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what name did I just hear?
Did you say Wang?
His name's Wang.
Wang.
Wing?
We talked about it. The other Boros with the flaming sword sees his friend lit up like a Christmas tree and is not very happy about it.
I was like,
Is stuck on the bird?
He's going to
So
pop
many.
up on the table as well, and he's going to take a strike.
Door.
Pretty good roll, and he's
She's like a 9th level caster.
that much damage. So
Dimensional
you see him
door.
swipe this flaming two-handed
Maybe like
greatsword
8.
down at her, and it cleaves her right almost in the side. So she's taking some damage, but she still looks pretty strong. The final Boros, he closes his eyes, and everyone within a pretty much this composition. So it's almost the reverse of what just happened. You start feeling like static on the arms on your hair, on your head, on your body, start to stand up. But then you start feeling like a warm radiance going through you. Everyone within that area, except for hostile enemies, heals for 7 points of damage.
Everybody but you. Pretty much.
That is
full-
his
I'm
turn.
full hit
Next
points
up
anyway.
is
Yeah, so
Lizehka.
it probably won't
And
stay
I
that
haven't
way.
attacked one of them. Oh yeah, I did.
Yes, you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be
Well,
considered
I
a
saw the
hostile.
teardrop. You're like, teardrop.
You might want to start running.
No,
I know.
Skriznet never runs. He hides.
He runs and hides.
Like I fully caught you
Right.
running at the beginning.
I walked to the hiding place.
You just ran. This just happened 18 seconds ago.
It's a new Skriznet.
New me. Is it me turn?
You know what? I do stand that. I do appreciate. And
Okay. Seeing all the chaos turn into more chaos, and everybody just died, and the person I was looking at for, I am no longer interested. I'm just gonna start walking, at least walking back here. Oh god, with my fox.
Okay.
Just kind of walking, just walk out of the area.
I thought his
yeah.
mini just snapped in half. I was like,
stealthy as you do it. To not
Um,
draw attention to yourself.
yeah.
Please make a stealth roll.
Which doesn't. What is my stealth? Okay. Well, apparently I wasn't very stealthy about it. That's a nat one.
Trip a little bit and
yell, "I'm here."
I'm not leaving the fight.
Yeah, no, really.
But you get about to the edge of the building.
I'm not leaving, guys.
So that's your turn.
Staying here.
Top of the round, Madame Madry. She reaches into her little pouch here and pulls out what looks like a bag of almost like stardust, and she throws it down on the ground, and it puffs up in a gigantic explosion. And when the dust clears, she's gone.
Counterspell?
Do you have counterspell?
Counterspell?
at level 1.
Burst level? Sorry, it's a 4th level spell.
Next up is the remaining Cackler, who seems really confused and puts both of his hands up like, I give up.
My give up. My give up.
My give up!
Elvin, you're up.
So I'll kind of look down at the ground where I guess the guy was tracking, and see if his money is on him.
It's easy to track him.
There is a pouch.
Okay.
There is about 4 copper pieces in the pouch.
Wow.
Well, that's
But
Looks-
there's something else
Oh.
strange amongst his person.
okay. I'll pick it. I'll pick up that stuff, but He'll say.
I'll give you an opportunity to look at it
That's
when
fine.
we're not in the middle of
That's
some
fine.
stuff going
Well,
on.
yeah, when I pick it up, I'll be like, well, Toots, seems you burned up your money a little too quick.
Okay, Syrah.
Anything else from you?
That's I'm just picking up the pouch.
The Sky Knights, they kind of look at each other and they fly off.
I'm glad I didn't hit one of them.
Yeah, really. It barely even felt it, probably.
You forgot to mention. One of them took one of them with
you. You can tell from standard Boros procedures and practices that they're going to go and try and find this person, thinking that they couldn't have teleported that far. With
No.
that, we are out of combat.
Oh.
All right. So now there's burned up bodies on the ground. Everything is charred. It's scorched, and it's pretty much what happens at a typical Rakdos show.
Can I go jump back on the stage?
Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely, you can. Please.
I'll jump back on the stage.
This is the conclusion of the shit show.
Take the cap. Just like donations.
Shit, we forgot to collect money.
Love it. All right. So you guys see this little goblin pop up on the thing. Lizehka, you suddenly feel you feel like an energy encapsulating you. It makes your limbs hard to move. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, well, of course he chooses strength saving throw for the wizard. 14.
That's so bad.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah. That's a.
You see a from around this corner, this side. I don't have a mini for it because you guys aren't going to fight it.
Yeah.
You see a person wearing silver armor with a blue hooded cloak and wearing a symbol which you recognize immediately as from the Azorius Guild. Anyone who's lived in Ravnica for a while, so you guys minus you, would know this as an arrestor mage. So you are halted, and pretty much anyone else that looked like they might be trying to leave the area has been halted.
I do not resist.
And with that, we are out of combat. Let me get this other thing. So you guys can go back to room. Sorry, we're taking the cool map away, everyone. Thanks.
It looks great though.
Kids.
Bye. Have a nice time.
Thanks, please, kid.
Warlock tiles.
Warlock tiles.
Warlark. I'll let
No,
somebody
keep
else say
going.
it.
No, keep going. Keep and
Warlock tiles.
congratulations, you got it.
All right. Now, you see that there's a total of 3 arrestor mages that have come up and they're kind of conferring with some of the Boros. They look at you and recognize Rhokkee immediately as the officer in charge. One of the they look more like a paladin with a hooded cloak approaches you. Report, soldier.
Yeah, we were walking by doing our sweep of the area. Heard all sorts of commotion breaking out. Came in here and some crazy powerful. Would I know of Madame Madry before? Some crazy powerful woman just set everything ablaze. Teleported out of the way. My compatriots, the flybirds are looking for her right now.
You're good. Keep going.
Oh yeah.
We lost a few soldiers. Johnny, it's his first day out. Rest in peace, son. Went out valiantly. First day and last day for him.
First day and last day on the job.
Early retirement.
Was that how?
I'm sure you're going to need to report back to your superiors about this.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the casualties. Wish you could have got here sooner to back you up. We didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Did we catch anyone leaving the scene that we can maybe in working with this crazy powerful wizard lady?
Well, we stopped a couple people that were backing out. There's a dark elf over there. There's some looks like a changeling in the area, and we have this Rakdos operative right here.
Oh yeah, definitely. He, I think he was running the show, from what I heard. Make sure.
About me.
Are you guys gonna take him back to question, or can we take him right to the guild house?
I think that we could do some interrogation here
I like that.
sooner than later.
Well, as you are the ranking officer, I'll let you take the lead on it.
Well, they're not really like in charge of you, right? But they're in charge. They're like a higher rank within their guild. You guys kind of sometimes work together to quell threats, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So while you don't answer directly to them, you kind of respect what they do sometimes, even though you think that they're a little bit more strict than even the Boros. Boros believes in punching things, and they believe in writing bureaucratic laws to stop people from doing things.
So
My favorite.
since y'all like to do the paperwork, do you want to do the questioning? And if they get out of line, I'll just give them a little nudge.
Seems good. Yeah, we will do some questioning. Again, sorry for your losses. There's a lot of life lost here.
Yeah, he was a good man.
So a couple of the arresters come over and they see you kind of holding this burned up cloak and you're rifling through his things. Are these your belongings?
Oh, you see, I just wanted 25 gold. I was here sent by Dutch. You can look him up, Dutch Fitzgerald. He's a knight. You'll find him.
You see one of them like pulling out something to write the information down
Yeah, that's Dutch with one T.
with one T.
Don't get it confused. Yeah. Hey, I'm just the messenger. If you want to talk to somebody, talk to him. But this guy, no good. Only got 4 copper.
4 copper. Did he have any other items on him? Any other belongings?
Just 4 copper.
4 copper. Mind if we take a look?
Oh, it's honestly pretty burned up. I can take it from here.
Make a deception roll.
You tell
I'm
the
sorry.
cops I
Make a
can take it from
persuasion.
Persuasion.
I got it.
And I see this happening too. Them going over there, and am I going over there kind of with them?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah.
You're kind of in free roam right now. You can do what you guys want.
I will do that.
Except for leave the area. You can't do that.
I'm gonna leave the area.
That is a 20, not natural.
A
dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
As I
yeah, you
found out
seem like
leaving
you
that.
have this in order.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, if you need a facial recognition, I'll pull down my face, and you can see scar marks all through my lips where it looks like someone sewed something shut.
That accent, I would too.
It's funny you got those markings on your face. I've seen something like that before.
Oh, yeah. Everybody has them in my town. They're pretty nice.
They're pretty nice.
Got him at Target.
How'd you go about getting something like that? Is that
Oh.
like a rite of passage, or
Oh, I mean, sometimes when you talk a little too much.
I can see that.
Yeah. It sucked. You can't talk after it. It's awful.
Would you have to cut those things out, or
Well, you can cut them out. You can talk to somebody. Well,
you can't?
sign.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sure.
What are you doing with the belongings currently?
Just kind of sliding it
You're trying to
into
put them
like
in your
my
pocket.
back.
I
Yeah.
need you to make a sleight of hand check, but you're gonna have to do it at disadvantage because he's very directly looking right at you while this whole thing is happening.
Passive perception is 10.
Okay.
Sleight of hand +0. That is an 8.
So you see him like actively trying to stuff this looks like cloak and like a pouch and something else kind of in his like back
A
pocket.
finger and a
like in his own like little satchel.
Uh,
It looks a little suspicious to you in the way that he's kind of pulling it back.
what you got there, friend?
Full copper.
Other hand.
Cloak.
As you kind of open up your hand, this shiny insignia that looks like a guild signet, it falls out of the cloak and clatters on the ground. You look at it and you don't recognize the insignia. It looks sort of like almost like a beetle with 2 eyes on its back.
You see, I don't know how that got there. It wasn't mine. I'll let you keep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to log that into evidence. Where did you get this cloak again? Did you say?
Oh, you see that burned guy over there?
Not that one. The more charred one, like well done.
Oh, there's like 4.
Yeah. One of them. You pick.
Okay.
You pick. They're kind of under
I get the general idea.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just here for 25 gold, but he only gave me 4 copies.
on what?
Text.
But you can take it, or how about I take it?
Well, considering that we picked it up at the scene of the crime here, I think we have to take it into evidence and see if it may have had some part to play in the insignia. Something strange I don't recognize. You ever seen anything like this before?
No. But I could sell it, split the money with you.
Well, I don't have any use for money, so I'm just going to take the insignia with me.
We can change that. I mean, I'll split the full copper.
You know, that is real tempting, but I'm going to have to...
anything, I got to tell Rhokkee.
I'm going to have to say no.
All right. Well, I think you're being unfair, and if I would take this, what would happen to me?
Well, my boy Wang, who's, I'm assuming, coming around to flank at this point, and then my other 4 Boros people with us.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Well, we're going to mess you up pretty good. And then we're going to throw you in the clank for disrupting an investigation. And then you're not going to have dinner for a few days.
I mean,
You're not going to have dinner for a few days.
You can rough me up. That's fine. I've seen death before. It's not that scary.
Yeah, me too. I fell earlier. I didn't quite die, though. I just kind of fell over.
Kind of tripped a little bit.
Love it.
Scratch my
We
knee.
don't want to hurt you.
I don't want to hurt you. You got to realize I'm a very important person. Dutch hears about this. He's just call your job gone.
Dutch with 1 T.
1 T, Fitzgerald. 1 T.
See, I know a double T, Dutch. It's probably a different guy.
He's called Double Touch.
Double touch.
Took it right from me.
But no,
it from
like
under
I
your
said,
feet.
you don't want Dutch to find out about this. If I don't bring the 25 gold back, he's gonna come collecting.
Will you tell him, come talk to Rhokkee Brindlehide, and I'll straighten it out for him.
Now,
Okay.
while this whole conversation is going on, Lizehka's character has been brought back up into the general area. I know I'm pointing like the map is still there, but he doesn't look bothered by anything that's going on. Just kind of almost like he's bored.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And I'm going to take the beetle insignia at this point and then put it into my pack.
What's your passive perception?
I'm not trying to hide it.
I know.
13.
You definitely, since he wasn't trying to conceal it, you noticed that he put it into his pocket.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and tell Single T Dutch about your Miss Phelan's.
Oh, toots. I really think you should drop all your belongings, and I'll cast command on him.
Oh, boy. What's save?
It's a...
You're about to die again.
Twice in 10 minutes.
It's a wisdom 12.
Wisdom.
True.
That's a 3.
That was me. Thank you so
That's
much.
Yeah, so you're going to
Tasha
drop
brought it
all
over
your
here.
belongings.
What is your command to him?
It's drop.
Drop what?
It drops all of his belongings.
Drop
You want him
me.
to drop all of his stuff?
All of his stuff.
So I'm just going to strip naked.
Well, like your satchel and like where you put the
Wow,
insignia,
chicka,
you're going to
wow,
drop
wow.
that back on him.
And then I'm going to lay down on the floor. Like,
You just have
dropping
you just have to
low.
drop it.
Just
You
drop
have
your
to-
stuff.
You just have to drop the stuff.
Okay. Well, I'll start taking my gear off. And I probably, since I'm like the superior officer, I guess, to my people, I'll hand it to them and I'll say, "Can you just put that down for me?"
One of the Boros, the Reckoner mage, the one that shot the lightning, he looks at you confused. Sir, what are you doing?
Well, it's just trying to get comfortable.
This is you're just gonna give up all the evidence?
Oh, we had a negotiation. He said Dutch can have it all.
You see lightning spark from his eyes. You talk too much.
Maybe a little, but hey. Yeah, he, like I said, Dutch. Blame him. I'm the messenger.
We'll be taking you into custody now. And you. You seem cool, though.
Did you point at me?
Fuck you.
Yes, you.
I'm just over here watching the show.
So as you're like dropping all this stuff, that insignia drops out within view of all of you. You all see it. You don't recognize it.
It's on the ground.
It's on the ground.
So,
It's,
does it intrigue us?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
because
say,
Well,
we
yeah.
It looks like your own
The
guild
goblin and the fairy
insignias,
both
only
look-
it has a symbol on it that you guys have never seen before.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I think we're.
I mean,
probably
you're new
might be
here,
trying
so.
to do this. Maybe like just feigning ignorance, or like I haven't, as far as anybody knows, I haven't done anything, and I'm just kind of hanging out here. So I kind of want to just like swoop in and be like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And just go over to like look at the insignia. Maybe I'm not picking it up yet,
Okay.
but I am gonna go over and be like, I have never seen one that looks like this. Has anybody seen one that looks like this before? I mean, I have one, but it doesn't look like this.
A couple of the Boros soldiers, they look down at it too, and they seem confused by it. Your friend Wang, who is kind of a veteran along with you, and has been in Ravnica a long time. I forgot my Loxodon miniature, or I would have brought it for him. But I have one.
All right,
I have
back it up.
one.
We're done for the night. That's all
All
right.
right.
Can you help me flip this?
One on three. On three.
He kind of looks over at you, and his trunk kind of comes out, and you've seen that before. He uses his trunk. He kind of like pulls his little cap off, and he looks baffled. Have you ever seen this before?
Well, it's a weird one. I don't even know why I put it on the ground to begin with. But
Can't remember.
can you
You
apparently?
guys are all really intrigued by this.
Yeah.
Apparently, my hands are still sweaty from
So
when I
everybody's
fell
like
over.
intrigued by this item, right? I'd like to cast disguise self on myself.
Okay.
Ooh.
As a member of the Boros Guild.
Oh, there are goblins within the Boros Guild. Okay.
And I'm here now.
And I just want to make sure I match all them. I just want to stand in the back nonchalant like I'm guarding one of the alleys. Like, I want to hop off the stage and be like,
Make a deception roll.
To go from being the ringleader to just hoping to blend into the crowd, physically the only person talking on the stage.
I got 15.
Ooh.
Oddly enough, you kind of are able to slip in, at least at first. No one seems to notice that you're
I
gone.
see that little shit though.
No one seems to notice that you're gone.
I
And
just start walking towards one of the alleys. Gonna cover this alley over here. Everybody's getting out. Watching everybody.
so the one of the Sky Knights comes back, swoops in, and he reports to you, "Sir, we were unable to find the perpetrator. I think that we're pretty much done here. We've quelled the resistance and confrontation. We should probably report back to the superiors. Do you feel like any of these people need to be detained for the evening?"
Yeah, I do. Number one, how far did the parameter search go out?
We went out almost a couple of miles.
Okay. Yeah, that's sufficient enough.
It was to protocol, sir.
Good. Yeah, I think there's a goblin somewhere. He was very questionable. This guy with the soon-to-be resewn mouth, he needs to go into custody.
Okay.
She's cool.
She's cool.
And this
I am. Thank you so much. I was thinking that too. I was wondering when people around here were going to start seeing it, but it's like today, and that's exciting.
I like your hair. It's pretty.
Thank you so much. I like it too.
And this gray dark elven feller, I feel like you were in the battle with us.
So, about that time, you see a patrol, not just a couple of Sky Knights, but a whole patrol. There's probably about 15 to 20 of these rock Sky Knights fly in, and they're being headed out by an angel. You recognize the red hair flowing in the background immediately as Ariella. Oh, shit. Yeah. She lands.
Oh, is this okay?
The Sky Knights kind of
Just
form a
boss.
perimeter,
Oh, that's exciting.
so it doesn't look like anything can go around. We're going to need everyone in the vicinity. She's talking directly to you, to come with us and be our guests for the evening.
Yes, ma'am.
They are being detained, but they are not going to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
This is of the utmost importance. This came from other higher-ups, and we need to keep this as quiet as possible.
Yes, ma'am. We are on the case. Can I ask you a question? You ever seen a insignia like this before?
That's why we have to keep this as quiet. You never saw this.
I never saw it. You want to go ahead and be the one to pick it up off the ground then?
Ariella reaches down and picks it up, and she puts it into her pouch, and she goes, "Go ahead and escort these people back to Sunhome."
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. I actually don't talk to cops, and if I need to get a lawyer, I would actually like to have one here before I'm detained or moved to a second location. Thank you so much.
Well, you're not actually under arrest.
I'm not under arrest. I just have to come with you, and I'm
You're
not
going to be
allowed
our
to
guest.
choose.
You're going to be our guest for the evening.
I love a forced dinner party. Let's go.
We are going to feed you.
I said dinner.
I'm like,
Wow.
get them together, let's go. And I just start like poking at random people. Go!
Well, they make sure to not use the term arrest, that you guys are guests.
All right.
They guessed the rest.
Under guest arrest.
Wayne, get them in line and
We're under guest arrest.
start escorting these people. And
A couple
look
of Sky
for that
Knights
goblin.
come in, and they double up on some of the other ones, and they allow you to mount the Sky Knights, and they fly you back to Sunhome.
Am I able to, not seeing him disguise himself, but seeing that he's gone, am I able to make a look around to see if I can find him?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm 1 foot taller than I was before.
Okay, so you're a little bit of a taller
Yeah,
goblin. than you were.
So instead of being 3'2",
15,
I'm
that matches
4'2".
deception.
You don't remember there being a goblin in your troop, but this is the area where they could have been just patrolling, and he could have came in just to help. You're not quite sure. He's a goblin, but he doesn't look exactly like the same goblin.
Thanks for coming and giving us the assist here, soldier. Give him a big old slap on the ass.
So yes, sir. Here to assist.
If you be so kind to escort our blue-haired friend here and
Thank you so much. You don't have to touch me, though. I'll come by myself. Thank you. Don't
he's
touch me. Don't
just
touch me.
Escorting.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch her.
Don't touch her.
Touch the fairy godmother. I mean the fairy.
Ooh, hi, babe. I know who you are. Hi. Oh my God, it's cute, right? This outfit, I like it.
And,
It looks so good on you.
Do you know her, soldier?
No. I see your face got still burnt. You need to go to the cleric real quick. You look like a T-bone steak got burned on one side.
This is my face. You know this.
Of course I do. Let's go.
Of course I do.
Fairy, let's go.
Okay, I'll come with him.
So you guys get on the back of these. They are like, well, you saw them. They were on the field. They're like giant birds. They have long.
So we have
beaks.
to get on the birds?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I just can't like escort her off somewhere else and
I'm
just try to get
The birds know their way home, so you basically just mount up and
Well, that's not what I was thinking. I was just thinking of
no.
Get on.
I do try to follow you, so then I fly on top of this animal that can fly. No, this is great. This is smart. Let's go.
All right, so you guys arrive at the top aviary of Sunhome Fortress. The birds land. They let you off. Again, you're not greeted with any sort of hostility. You see Ariella there. She's talking to a few other soldiers within. They look much better armed than the previous soldiers that you've seen, but they're various different races: minotaurs, goblins, humans. So she's talking to some higher rankings. She sees Rhokkee and his troop come up. She kind of gives you a nod. You kind of know what you're supposed to do. Back to your barracks and barracks and whatnot. Ariella approaches the group, and she kind of gives you guys a bow. We appreciate your assistance for the city, saving the people that you did. Did you save anyone?
I saved everybody.
I should get a purple
By the way,
heart.
I have 1 hour on mine.
That's fair.
So, yes, I saved all these people with my bare hands.
Make a deception check.
Can I give him advantage since I'm flying there? I saw every single person.
Absolutely, yes. She's going to
Every
use the
single
help
person
action.
that he saved, I saw, and they were like, "Oh my god, thank you for
I had a
saving
16
me."
on the first one.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Go ahead, see if you can
She's
get some
giving you the
high.
help action, so.
And I got a 20 with the same.
Nice! Bravo.
Well, that's with the +5.
So Ariella looks down at you, and you see her whited out eyes, and her hair kind of flows by itself, like she constantly has a fan blowing on her.
I wish I had hair like that.
And she looks down at you, and you see like her crown kind of sparkle in the light, the gold circling around her head. Good job, soldier.
Good job, soldier.
What was your
And
name?
that 20 for a good job.
My name is Skrazzy.
Scrazzy.
Scrazzy.
We're gonna put your name in for a promotion, soldier.
Can I,
First thing in the morning.
can I get something shiny?
Like,
Like a cod piece.
sure,
That'd be great.
sure, we can arrange that. Go get your armor polished for the night soldier.
In front of everybody?
Oh my god, this
She
is
looks
scandalous.
very-
I
she
love
looks
it
very
here. I'm
confused at
moving
you.
here.
But she kind of laughs because she understands how goblins kind of are. No, that's something that you do in private.
I like people watching.
Oh my god, he's a freak. Have you guys talked to him yet? This guy's crazy.
Scrazzy, go get his armor polished.
To the rest of you, can you please present me with your guild insignias so I know which representatives to contact in regards to you being our guest?
So I just walk off randomly. Like,
You go with the troops.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to find the armor.
It's worse now that you've wandered away. Like,
Yeah, probably.
now we gotta find a.
There's nobody there. Watch me polish my armor.
I feel like Pig kind of forgets that that's part of all of this, so she's doing the like, I can't find my credit card, but the bill is here at the table kind of thing. Where you're like, it's on me, I promise. I'll just.
I had
just
the Golgari.
So you
Signet.
you pull out your Golgari signet.
I had it in my hand before she even asked.
Got it.
Because
So
I've
you pull out
I've been
your
in this
Golgari
situation a
signet.
few times.
Isn't your first rodeo?
This isn't my first rodeo.
Look, sweet cheeks, right here.
So it's on your arm. So
Right
she
here.
recognizes it immediately as the Orzhov Syndicate. Can you please show me your insignia, your actual guild insignia?
Oh yeah. I'll pull it out and just kind of.
She looks at it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
I think Pig's is literally like braided into the back of her
I
hair,
like it.
so she finds it in the party in the back section
Love
of the
it.
mullet that she's got. And
Another Golgari
and
distinguished
pulls it out.
guest.
I know we're trying it out. It's exciting so far. The mushroom thing is cool, so I'm on board.
Well, we will contact Gerard and make sure that he sends over our representative to make sure that you are being treated well.
Thank you. He will care actually a lot about whether or not I'm being treated well because he definitely knows me and I'm very important.
I know Gerard personally, and he very much cares about his people.
Yes, I as well. Me too.
He's surprisingly compassionate for a lich.
You know what? I would say the same thing. And like, I get it being an ageless being. It's like, it's hard to really care about the little people. Like, they come and go and come and go. And he just does it, you know? Like, he shows up and does the work, and I'm very excited for that for him.
We will make sure to contact him. In the meantime, you guys feel free to make your way this way. And a couple of soldiers, she kind of show them to their rooms, and then show them to the banquet hall. So, you kind of follow the troops. You kind of go in. You're kind of wandering around. You're not sure what's going on.
He keeps throwing little, like, druid craft, like, just, like, sparks and little, bioluminescent spores kind of come out just to be
Just
like...
fairy fire around.
I'm trying to give you your best shot at finding us if you need to.
So, you are led down deep into the lower belly of the Sunhome Fortress. Everything in here is it's practical. It's not luxurious. It's well kept, but it is not to look beautiful. It's very much a fortress. You pass through on the lower levels, many barracks along the ways, soldiers in training sessions, and you're eventually brought down into what looks like guest quarters. They're a little bit more lush than the barrack bunks that you saw on the way in. They show you to 3 separate rooms, and they allow you to go into one room at a time. There are 2 rooms on the left side of this hallway, and then there's 1 room on the opposite side. So you guys are kind of going in there to maybe clean up a little and wipe some dirt off of you before being escorted to the banquet hall.
Yeah, I think Pig goes in and does her best, tries to put herself together because she loves a party. She does feel like she is being arrested and that they are lying to her, but she also loves a party. So, while maybe 40% planning an escape route, the other 60% is just fully prepping to get ready for whatever party could be ahead of me.
Love it.
You're hiding so good, is what he wants you to
It wasn't that he hit the camera.
Yeah, he bumped
and
it.
I laughed. So.
Oh my goodness.
Totally
I was like, why do I keep going that way when I can go this way?
I can just totally go that
that's
way.
fine.
There's a
Okay,
camera there.
There's a camera.
All right.
I forgot.
So, you guys go into your appropriate rooms. Everyone involved in the last battle, please promote yourselves to level 2.
Level 2. Level 2.
Guys, that's cool.
The
We didn't have to stay at level 1 for long.
Finally, I can
no
choose
one
my
wants to stay level 1 for
It was a
I was-
big battle.
for
big
weeks.
battle.
That's not much
It's
fun.
really cool to be a druid.
2
and
months
not be
later.
level 1. You get to do cooler stuff.
Same with a wizard.
So I'll let you guys kind of decide the
You win.
things that you're going to do in a moment. But basically what ends up happening the rest of the evening to kind of get through some of the other things I have planned is
Ooh, that's
the doors to your rooms are never locked. You're told that you are allowed to wander around the what's known as the dormitories, which is the lower levels, as much as you want. The military operations and the barracks areas in the upper levels are off limits, but you are free to roam around as much as you want. You eventually are invited to this very militaristic style banquet hall. There's lots of benches, lots of tables in this big open room, and you are all fed various different types of roasted boar and vegetables, potatoes, carrots. It's a feast. You guys feel very full and very rested after this. No one seems to really be asking you a lot of questions, and again, you seem more like you are a distinguished guest for your service that you did. Now, our friend Skriznet has kind of been wandering around for a while, and he ends up kind of wandering into one of the dormitory rooms, and he ends up in Lizehka's room.
I'm so hungry. Where's the mess hall at? Hello? You feed me?
There's no answer because everyone's in the banquet hall currently.
Somebody feed Skriznet. He's hungry.
Just keep wandering around, knocking on.
Hello, you got food?
Oh my god, hi, come in. It's so good to see you again. What have you been up to?
Polishing my armor.
What's that?
I'm tired.
So
I'm sore.
Elvin seems to be the most eager.
I just want to talk. I don't
kinda
really
head back
eat,
to
but
his
that seems
room.
cute.
He definitely looks tired. I mean, he did spend a little bit of time on the ground, being kind of almost dead again.
Being almost
So
dead.
Elvin decides that he wants to go back to his room before everyone else, and you guys stay up and kind of converse amongst yourselves. It's just general chit chat, nothing really deep or personal. we'll let you guys get into one of those conversations another time. But overall, you guys kind of get pretty good vibes from each other. At this point, Rhokkee has not joined back up with you. You see him come in, but he ends up going in with his troops and eats at another table. And they eat like true soldiers.
Cool
Fast,
kids.
quick, and efficient. They only they devour all their food within a matter of about 10 minutes.
I wish I could be at the cool kids table.
When you're older.
So after a little while, you basically have free roam to wander around within the dormitories and do what you want, and we will cover that in a minute. But for now, Elvin in his room, it's time. Elvin,
Fancy.
I have my notes here.
Spooky music starts playing.
Yes, we gotta get some of that. That's gonna happen.
Yes.
Good call. Good call.
No, I'll keep doing this. Ooh. There we go.
We get a DMCA strike on.
Nailed it.
I knew it would come up.
Where's my-
Guys, I know we're killing time, but like, it's so excited to get to level 2 as a druid. You get literally anything that makes it cool to be a druid doesn't happen.
I don't die as
Oh,
fast.
here we go. Spooky music.
I basically doubled my hit points.
Elvin sits alone in his room. He is reflecting back on the evening's events, the insignia that he doesn't recognize. And he appears to be kind of lost in thought, curious about the new people that he's sort of been forced into being guests with. Not sure how the Orzhov representatives are going to take him not succeeding in collecting the debt that he was supposed to collect. Some candles and light the room that's already pretty dim, when suddenly, almost as if there's a gust of wind, the candles blow out. Elvin is so entranced in his own thoughts that he doesn't recognize this at first. There's a strange, glowing white aura that begins to fill the room. Large, black feathered wings reach out from the shadows in an unnatural manner and wrap completely around Elvin. He recognizes the feathers immediately. In this almost feathered cocoon of black feathers from top to bottom, he feels a chill behind his back.
I feel one right now.
And a hand rest on his shoulder. And a voice that he has not heard in some time. Hello, Elvin. Did you forget about me?
Oh, I could have never forget about you. You are hard to forget.
With that, he turns around to greet his visitor. A 7.5-foot tall, pale, thin, angelic type being stands behind him.
Slenderman?
With a face
Oh,
that
God.
is both terrifying but beautiful. Long, black, raven-colored hair flows from behind her back and almost wraps around her waist in a belt-like pattern. Wings shoot out of her back that are wrapped around in this almost cocoon embrace. Her red lips smile, but it's not a friendly smile. And it kind of fills him with a sense of dread. Have you considered my proposition?
Oh yes. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and what does it all entail again? I mean, I'm. It's been some time, so I've been thinking though.
You see one of her hands reach into the shadows, and a long black handled scythe pulls out, and a giant gold blade juts from the top of it, and she slams it on the ground. I just want you to use my gifts. I want you to be my champion.
Oh, now you're sweet talking me, Toots. I mean, what is? I know you saved me. I didn't forget. But I don't know how I feel about just killing people. I normally just kill people that owe me debts.
You won't be killing the innocent. You will be killing the corrupt.
Well, that's something I can get behind.
My guild, your guild, has become corrupt. Wealth is the only thing that they care about. I will help you vanquish the enemies that stole from you, and you know what they stole from you. It's the reason that you're breathing now is because I've allowed it. You were dead, my friend, and I brought you back.
Yeah, he'll kind of rub his lips. I didn't forget. I mean, trust me, I want to kill Sheila and Victor just as much as you do.
They're just the start. You're going to clean up the entire syndicate. And then, when you're strong enough, I want you to kill my enemies.
If you think I'm ready for it, I'm all for it. I mean, trust me, you gave me life, you fixed my face.
She kind of turns, and you see a little bit of the pale light flicker off her gold armor and the half halo crown that comes off of her head. It's a pretty simple proposition. The only thing is, when you die this time, there is no afterlife for you. That is the trade-off. That is the bargain. In life, you'll be powerful. But in death, you don't exist. I'll never carry your soul into the great beyond.
Honestly, I wouldn't either. Ooh, that's heavy stuff. So I'm going to take you up on your offer. I know you're going to give me great power, which I love. I mean, I love taking things. I'm in. What do I need to do to get started?
She plucks one of her large feathers off of her wing, and the part where it was connected, it kind of has a silver shimmer to it. She cuts open one of her veins, and this black like blood starts pouring out of her arm, and it starts wrapping around this large feather. The blood starts forming and solidifying and taking the shape of this black steel hammer. In the middle of this, on the handle of it, there's a big empty crystal vial. There's a lone red gem up at the top. Take this tool and use it as your instrument to bring vengeance against those who deserve it. And when you have done enough, if you're still alive, our deal is done. And you're free to go.
So all I gotta do, kill the evil people, and I'm assuming fill this hammer. I mean, it looks like it could be filled, but what am I filling it with?
Blood, of course.
Cool. I get a little queasy when blood comes around, but we can make it work. I like power. Man, I'm gonna be the best deck collector out of anybody in the Orzhov Guild. Anything else from me besides taking this beautiful craftsmanship?
I'll check in periodically to see how you're progressing. And if I feel that you're not living up to the power that I've bestowed upon you, I'll strip it from you.
Okay.
And the way that she says this, kind of, you know that you won't exist anymore.
I believe you.
Give the hammer back. It's fine.
Do you have kind of like a trial account, like somebody I can go go hit up first? I mean, do you have a first target?
Take care of your enemies first. The others will
Ooh.
present themselves. And once you've cleaned up the Syndicate, we will clean up the heavens.
I'm going to take care of that rotten mouth that sewed my mouth shut. That's my first one.
I might suggest you find some allies, because as powerful as you'll be, you won't be able to do all of this on your own.
Didn't you just see what happened a little bit ago? Fire. I'm going to pick up that goblin
I
guy.
know, you're pretty good at dying. Be more careful. And she kind of smiles and laughs. And as she laughs, you're filled with this like cold chill.
Well, sometimes friends is good. Friends is good. Yeah, I accept.
She hands the hammer to you. Treat it well. Its name is Scoffvog. And she lets it go. And as you're kind of looking at it, the candles light back up and she disappears. You can turn the lights back on now.
The candles light back up.
I think I'll name it Jeffrey.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that too.
Woo. Well, I better go find some friends. Not many people like me. Wonder where that goblin guy's at. They were supposed to take him in, and maybe I can get that Wayne guy and his girlfriend. That Minotaur guy, he big, strong guy. Big, strong, but he listens real well.
With that, we are going to end tonight's session with a little bit of mystery, and we'll pick up next time with new objectives. We're going to end a little bit earlier than we normally would, but I don't want to get into anything too complicated for the next 15-20 minutes. So thank you all for watching. We hope that you enjoyed our first broadcast with the Initiative Syndicate. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, this is us in the future saying hey.
Oh, what's that?
What up?
Time travelers.
We'll be back again next week with the same crew, same characters, continuing on the story and to see how all this unfolds. So until next week, next Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern. See you then. Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.